the Mind Your Manners podcast, episode 11. If you're easily offended, this episode is not for you. We are going in on the woke mob. We are going in on cancel culture. We are smoking a whole bunch of weed, drinking a whole bunch of booze. We got some weed to give away. We got art to give away, weed-related art to give away. You know where it's at. The Mind Your Manners podcast.
What's next? What we got? Oh my God.
All right, we're going into the deep end.
All right, let us know in the chat. I think I fixed it.
Mind Your Manners. John Regal says Mr. Miyagi isn't even Asian. He's Hawaiian.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Who is?
Mr. Miyagi?
Why sound
I didn't know
that?
We're gonna go with...
So he ain't Japan? Japan.
Japanese.
He ain't Japanese?
He ain't Ireland? You look drunk. You're like, oh, that guy's Scottish. He ain't Ireland?
Oh, I'm drunk.
All right.
This is what happens when you do a live
I
podcast.
just fixed my balls live.
We're going to the deep end of the pool.
He picks his balls next to my shoulder live on the internet, right?
Mind Your Manners.
Risky Biz says the stream looks good. That's awesome. Thank you.
Is that sexual harassment? Do we need to report it to somebody?
You know what
I'm
it is?
HR.
Who's gonna report it to you?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you to go fuck yourself.
You have two options. You get off the show, or we hit you in your
pass the
eyes
joint?
and you don't do it again.
I'll get off the show.
I'll take it.
All right. We're going there.
All right.
We're going to the deep end of
Whoa,
this.
whoa.
This is what really fucking kicked this shit off. This Me
Okay.
Too shit.
But this guy,
This woke culture.
This guy's a piece of shit, dude.
The cancel culture for sure.
this guy's a piece of shit.
Yeah, oh for sure. But
Like-
this is the face of it. Like if they make a Mount Rushmore,
the
a
thing-
Me Too Mount Rushmore, he will be on it.
The thing that pisses me off was this guy has been going on for years, dude.
Woo.
Since like the
Woo.
90s, you know what I mean?
Decades.
Like,
Decades.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
Where's my soap?
nobody could say that whole time being like, you know what? I'm gonna like
Listen,
I'm gonna wear a
but he is
fucking wire.
power, Joe.
Even though I just talked about not snitching, but this guy's someone you snitch on, dude. You know, someone that's
Like
like,
I said,
hey,
there's
you
always
want
a
the
gray
role
area.
in this movie? You gotta suck my disgusting weird dick. Because, come on, look at this guy. He got a weird dick, dude. Look at the guy. That guy ain't got no normal dick.
Yeah, that's I guess the rumor about him. He got a weird dick. His dick's all fucked
See,
up.
I didn't even know that. Just looking at him, I knew that, dude.
What's up, little
Are you
Diddy?
kidding me, dude? He reads weird dick.
Yeah, I guess that was the what
That's
came
why
out.
That's why he forces women, to do things with them, because he can't just go flop and then go, oh shit, yeah, I'll suck that. You know what I mean?
I don't know if they're if he really has a weird dick or they're just saying that in court to humiliate him, like to make like he's sitting there and be like the whole world thinks I
They
have
would
a
have
weird.
done this. They would have done this.
No,
Because this is worse. A weird big dick. I'd rather have a weird big dick than a small dick.
To say you have a mangled dick is just something that no one
Strange
wants.
wilderness. Strange wilderness.
Yeah, no one wants that said about them. No one wants the other thing said about them either.
Yeah, but if you got a weird big dick,
It don't matter.
it's better
It's just honestly, Joe. I'm gonna tell you from the other side. Let me inform
do
you
you want a little
something.
dick or a weird big dick?
It doesn't matter
I
what
think I'll
size
eat the
it
blue pill.
is. If it's a weird dick, it's a weird dick. If it goes left, like this, if it goes right, if it looks like a little zigzag, if the circumcision went wrong, like whatever it is.
Oh my
If it's a weird dick, it's just a weird dick. I'm just putting it out
Yeah,
there.
if it's a weird dick, it's a weird dick, right? But honestly, I did not know that about this guy, and he just reads it, dude. Because of the way he was, like, you don't force women. Like, dude, you're rich. You got power. Like, you shouldn't have to force women.
Let me tell you
You
something.
shouldn't
Joe.
have to force women to have sex with you, dude. There's plenty of whores out there that will have sex with you.
Sorry. He didn't force no one to do nothing. He gave women an
Well,
opportunity
he
to
gave-
further
exactly.
their careers.
Exactly.
And
You're right.
They jumped
you're
on the
right.
weird dick.
You're right.
And
But he didn't have to do
not
that.
all
He
weird
could have
dicks
found some.
jumpers were
He
voluntary.
could have found some
What I
smoking
understand.
hot broad to fucking be like, hey, I'm gonna be a gold digging whore, but I'll blow that weird dick every day. And then he could be like, you know what? I'm gonna this smoking hot blood.
All right, sorry. Hold on a second. Sorry. You're watching the Mind Your Manners podcast. If you're watching on Facebook, go to
Mind Your
YouTube.
Manners.
It's been fixed. It's working fine. Everything over there. It's a live podcast. So what you're gonna do in 2002? So yeah. Oh, sorry. You got rid of the weird
No,
dick,
no,
Brian?
I just want to say one thing.
All right. Go ahead. You
One
got
thing
it.
before
Let's hear it from a woman's perspective.
Would you have sex with
Get
that
the
guy?
idea of what a rapist, sexual harasser, blah blah blah
That's
looks
the only
like.
question I have.
Whether
for
you're a
woman.
man or a woman, If you're a woman that this has not happened to you, I am so happy for you. But let me tell you, it looks like every man that's out there. There's not a good looking and rich, bad looking and poor, short, big dick, little dick, girthy dick. It doesn't matter.
Who's that, Kelsey?
There is not a type where you can be like, oh, if I see a guy that looks like that, I should run away. And that is the point. Okay? Let's move on. For instance, he could be America's dad.
The worst of them all.
He could be the most trusted man in America.
This is worse than Weinstein.
This is the worst of them all.
Because this guy drugged people and then fucking raped them. Like the other guy, like you said, he didn't force anybody. He gave you an ultimatum. You want to fucking further your career? You want to blow this weird dick?
Shout out
this guy fucking
sexual harassment.
This was fucked up, dude.
Shout out to Ant and Gio in the chat. I put the YouTube link in there.
But you know what?
Go there. You can see the entire show.
This may be fucked up.
Hold on. You can see the screen we're looking at. You can see the cool triggered photo.
Yeah. This may be fucked up, but the worst part about losing Bill Cosby to me is losing Jello pudding pops, man.
Christopher Gray says, "Fuck him, scumbag. Fuck."
I didn't eat Jello pudding.
And John
They were bomb, dude.
why
How did
couldn't
you
they
not
find
eat
a
them?
blue-faced
I like
actor to
chocolate.
play Genie?
Oh, but they had vanilla and they had swirl.
John Regal says, why couldn't they find a blue-faced actor to play Genie? I'm triggered.
I know, I've seen. Don't you say your grandmother's blue black? She could have played the genie.
Facts. Christopher Gray says he literally ratted on everyone in Hollywood, as well for much.
Who's that? Weinstein did?
Yeah, I guess. Puff Rascal says, ha ha ha. Christopher Gray triggered like crazy there. And Puff Rascal says they said he way hung. Get it? Hung. Ha 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 ha. John Regal, I got a tuna can with a muffin top. Hey, at least he keeping it real. Yep. Christopher Gray says, nah, he's not even close to being the worst.
Dude, that's how I was in my story.
Sorry, Christopher Gray says not. He's not even close to being the worst. I'm assuming he's talking about Bill Cosby.
I feel like the worst ones are the one where it's like America's dad, like the good guy.
Like
those are where it's like, let's.
Like I was saying earlier, though, but Bill Cosby, like he was famous enough where he could get ass, dude. He all he had to do was go, I'm Bill Cosby.
Most of these people who are famous can get ass even the other
I don't think you're allowed to make that impression.
But I'm saying, like,
I'm too woke. I'm woke.
He could get ass. He didn't have to fucking drug and rape people.
But that's the thing. It's not about getting the ass. It's about the raping and the drugging.
That's why I'm saying.
That's the problem.
That's what bothers me the most.
Okay, all right. You ever try to get a girl's jeans off when she's willing? It's pretty tough, right? Imagine just taking undressing these women.
Trying to get
Dude, there's something fucking wrong with anyone that even does it one time.
I'm like disturbed about it, dude.
Another. America's
No, we can stay on this guy. Let's stay on this guy for a little bit.
Let's stay on
this guy, you know, he did all this shit, and yes,
dude, he was America's dad.
I think he did it. I do think he did it. I think he did it.
I know.
Too many women to not.
He spent his last 30 years of his career,
dude. If 1% of those women,
he spent the last 30 years of his career berating the black community. Then he gets arrested for being the biggest creep of all time, and he calls to everybody like, "Come save me, come save me." And I'm just like, bro.
You're right.
Like, you fucking rape sleeping women.
That's fucked up, dude.
Like, you know, raping's terrible. So, damn, it was like, if that was ever said rape. But.
And it wasn't me.
Change the podcast name.
No.
Rape your manners? He was, I'm so much better than you. I'm fucking better than everybody. You gotta be like me. Dude, you're raping sleeping women. And I'm telling you, man, that it's, like, even if he did it to half of the people.
That's what I'm saying.
It's
that's too many.
It's still like 31%
of them is too many, dude. You do it to one person, that's too many, dude.
Just think of
it's
how
fucking
many
disgusting,
people
dude. Like, get some apps, bro. There's enough sex apps out there where you can get some apps, dude.
Well, he didn't have sex apps. But I'm just saying, a lot of people get addicted to their power, and dude, at one point you're a 30-year-old girl on fucking the Cosby Show or a different world, and you don't want to sleep with fucking
dude. I don't know.
Cosby. He's gonna drug you.
Maybe it's from personal experience, but I want a girl to want me. I don't want like a girl to be disgusted with
Okay, that's the terrible thing about
having sex with them.
Because
you know what I mean?
Because like how that's your thing. You want a girl to want you. Drugging people is just
but that's so gross. That's what I'm saying.
He means in a natural manner where there's consent on the other side.
Yes. Me. I want consent. I was like, I want the girl to want to have sex with me.
I want you.
You're weird. You're not woke.
Sorry.
There's a big campaign
to say a girl and a dude
to get this guy out of jail, and I don't wish any physical harm upon him in jail. He's just too old for that. Like
I don't give a damn.
No,
I believe in karma.
You know for a fact he is
I'm
making
not wishing
those
harm
motherfuckers
on
laugh,
you, but I'm wishing exactly what you should be getting for doing the things that you did.
Well, he's a millionaire, so he definitely got protection. Yeah. And at the end of the day is
protection will take so far. Somebody be getting killed in a cell with the guards right down the street.
It's rough in prison, but when you're fucking 100 years old, people might take it easy on you, especially if they know they can make a little dollar off.
Yeah. Well,
not your manners.
Like I said.
So we can move on from him because
another
all
one.
Right here.
Michael Larry.
You wake up to him. Good morning. Good morning. Hello and welcome.
Women.
I am using my power. I am raping women. The network basically knows allegedly, not allegedly, it came out. 2020 Dateline did it.
You know more about this than me, so I'm just gonna say my one thing that I know, and you can go off of it. They said he had a button on his desk that shut and locked the door.
How do you get that installed?
Like I'm
just saying. You think he knows about electricity and gadgets?
Here's the thing.
That can lock
Ron
the door,
Swanson didn't want people in his office.
Yeah.
This guy wanted to lock people in his office.
Like Dr. Evil and shit?
Oh shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like, look at him.
Can you get my soda?
Yeah.
So John Regal in the chat wants to know, is Spanish fly racist? You would know. You're a Spaniard. Racist?
I'm a Spaniard.
I
have Spanish in me, but I'm not a Spaniard. I'm
joking. It's a joke.
I know.
Bring it back.
Everybody relax. It's not serious. Again, I like it. I don't think it is because I enjoy it. Like, I enjoy when there are certain stereotypes of Puerto Ricans. I even do them myself. And that's fine, It just, again, it depends on how it's done. And that's all it's about.
Tell us about
this
fucking weirdo.
This gentleman, he's just special.
Chef Tanya Nicole, Medical Edibles.
So I have to bring back my notes for this one because he's very special. So the first time, allegedly, that it came out that he was sexually harassing people and raping them, it was like 2017 when the Me Too movement was like...
Yeah, when it first hit, he was one of the...
First bumping.
Maybe he wasn't one of the first, but he was like right after the first wave. Then he came, and people were like, "Oh shit!" Because didn't he report on some of the first wave?
Oh yeah. My favorite was this. Like he's reporting on Wiener.
This is the dick pic guy, right?
Yeah. So he liked to send pictures to women.
Dude, it's a definition of irony.
They said that he sent one to a 17-year-old, but it was deemed.
Definition of irony.
Okay, it was okay, but he would send
pictures. His name's Wiener, and he was sending dick pics.
Him in the Congress's the
what?
shower in the locker room. He'd be in the towel. He'd be sending dick pics, and he got caught once, and then he was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna remove myself." And then he ran for mayor, and then it came out again that he was doing it again, sending dick pics and pictures of himself.
Who are you voting for? I vote for the dick
What
guy.
I love here is that Matt Lauer is reporting on the story.
What's up there? Oh, okay.
So it says the rise and fall of Anthony Weiner. I'm thinking, what is he thinking at this particular moment? Is he thinking, yeah, I can do whatever I want. This idiot got caught.
I don't know. I'm surprised on Matt Lauer because there's there's a group of people. Like I'm saying, that can't get canceled. Like the thing that are okay for some but not for all. Like the Jimmy Kimmels won't get canceled. If I feel like if you vote a certain way and you're woke enough,
you speak out against people.
Yeah, that you can somehow get a pass on this shit. Even though the internet exists and every day people are sharing that Jimmy Kimmel shit. It's not some new shit, but I've
been talking about that shit for years.
Yeah,
I think the thing with Matt Lauer is that once one person again came out with it. So many other women came out, and it was the thing. And then it came out that NBC executives knew about these other people alleging that this was happening.
Yeah, so people came out and they quieted it.
And they didn't do.
No, they paid
did
money
something,
and quieted it.
Listen, to each his own. I'm not going to judge there, but in terms of the person on the other end of that, but
So he hit more than one person?
Absolutely.
Really? I didn't know.
Yeah.
I just know that he got in trouble, and I kind of heard from him. We got some chats coming in, but we'll let you go to the next one, then we'll read the chats.
No, let's read the chat. We do.
What's the next one?
The next one is.
Oh, I can't see who that is. So read the chats.
Yeah, let's lighten the mode a little bit, all right?
Let's give away something.
So, let's see here.
What do we got?
Christopher Gray says he sucks. Research the Killary video found on his laptop. Then Google how 9 of the 12 NYPD who saw the video committed suicide. Oh, that's sad. Risky Biz says he, FBI, only looked at around 3,000 of the 694,000 emails between Hillary Clinton and Huma Abedin found on a laptop belonging to Anthony Weiner. Excuse me. Risky Biz says, but we can't talk about that.
I got you.
Sean McCarthy up in the chat.
Oh shit! Funniest kid in my whole life. All right.
Says Wienerman is starting 5 creep. I don't know what that means.
We're gonna.
The guy's name is Wiener, and he was sending dick pics.
Yeah, that was.
Am I the only one that thinks this is like?
That's like a bad Adam Sandler movie, like
Exactly,
Punchline. You know what I'm saying?
I guess that was his fate.
All right, we're gonna do a quick giveaway. Earlier in the chat, I mentioned who beat Heath Ledger for an Oscar. So if you, I know this isn't the Heath Ledger. It is a Heath Ledger Joker. This is the Heath Ledger Joker, an original by Indo Joe. This is an original piece. The first person to tell us who beat him, guess this original piece. If you live in America, what's up? If you live in the USA, what's that movie with Chris Rock? He's like, God bless America and no place else.
Resurrection.
Yeah, I don't remember the name of the movie though. But so here's the piece right here. Let us know who beat him, and then who he beat that we mentioned earlier in the chat. And it's yours. We'll add it to the. Someone's got to get that.
Yeah, that's an easy one.
Well, they can just Google it. So.
Yeah. Not the first person to Google it.
Yeah, the first person to Google the correct answer. Yeah. Who beat him for an Oscar?
Remember having to go into a fucking library to look something up,
or
if you were lucky enough to have a friend with an encyclopedia,
or just believing somebody,
look something up,
or just believing somebody.
Yeah.
Like who hit the most home runs in baseball? I don't know. Cal Ripken. The Cal Ripken, right? Like, yeah, I think so. Boom, it's Cal Ripken. Like, who are you gonna fucking argue with? At 2:00 in the morning, you having that argument? Who are you gonna say? No, it's not Cal Ripken.
You just continue to have that argument.
I'm trying to think. I don't remember having those conversations.
I do.
Like, so.
Like, not just about him specifically.
No, I know what you're saying. I'm just.
You don't know what I'm saying.
Oh shit! Shout out to Brett Wilson in the chat. Tanya Bregos Condi in the chat.
What? Oh,
you just joined the chat. You
Hey,
just signed up.
watch on YouTube.
Somebody about to get stabbed using people's government name.
Watch on sorry, babe. Watch if you're watching on Facebook. Just go head over to YouTube. It's a much better experience. Risky Biz says Matt Lauer. I need to roll up for this. Oh my god, you do, because we're getting deep into here, man. Quarantine Cody says he's taking a Jaeger shot with us. I said Jaeger at first.
I wish I would have bought
Are
a
you
Jaeger.
Latino?
I took my Jaeger.
A Jaeger shot.
A Jaeger. I want to take a Jaeger bomb right now.
So who are we going on after Matt Lauer? I still couldn't see who that was. I see the picture.
Okay, just because I'm in the culinary world, and I was just like, really, dude?
Alright,
Really?
before you start, this is Chef Tanya Nicole. If you don't know, she has a very popular medical a cannabis cooking show called Medical Edibles with 3 M's.
Medical.
One of her
Edibles.
episodes is over 100,000 by now, right? It has to be. We have to look. We're gonna have to look right now. But after this,
Hashtag humble. This
Uh,
would kill me.
Medical Edibles. Sorry about that. So she's in the culinary world. She has a degree in this. So I just wanted to say that that's why she's bringing this up, because me and Joe know nothing about.
Are those sausages around his neck?
I cook
Don't say
everything,
that.
but I
Sausage?
predominantly cook Italian food and of course Caribbean Latino food. And he is a douchebag. This guy right here. I gotta go New York.
Hey, girl, douche.
Mario Batali, if you don't know, owns a ton of restaurants all over the world. Not only that,
Come on, girl, what's your douche?
on the Food Networker. What's wrong with me? When I was growing up, there was a lot of like Julia Child and like the PBS shows, and then like slowly but surely you had the Emerald, you had the Mario Batali, especially in the beginning of the Food Network.
Yo, I liked Iron Chef.
And he has turned out to be an asshole.
Iron Chef was a shit.
He not only sexually harassed, like basically bullied a lot of his female employees, but he's charged with trying to mess around, or not trying to mess around, but messing around with at least two women who were passed out.
Right, that's
Another
rape.
like Bill Cosby type thing.
So rape. That's
just
rape.
super
That is rape.
creepy.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
Super
Like
creepy.
sex or contact without consent. That is rape to me, dude. You know what I mean?
This is just another example.
You grab my
of-
dick when I'm not willingly
It's not about
knowing
having,
you grabbing my dick. Yo, you rape me.
He already
dude.
said you couldn't give him a blowjob in the DM,
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that's
it's-
willingly.
but don't grab his dick.
Yeah.
Give him a blowjob.
Without me knowing.
Again, this is
Just
so-
go, hey, I'm
This
grabbing
is
your dick,
stature,
and then grab
has
it.
money. There are
Then we're
sure
cool.
plenty
Then
of
we're cool.
women that will have sex with him, but it's all about. It's not about money or being able to get a woman. It's
Can I
about
say
power.
something
It's
now?
about control.
Look at this guy. Would anybody have sex
Yes,
with that?
someone would.
Yeah,
Trust
he's
me.
a chef. Girls love
If
food.
he wasn't,
Yes.
okay, take away the famous, take away the money.
But we can't.
No, he's a
I'm
chef.
just saying.
He
I'm
is.
just saying. Say he works at
Yes,
auto. He
actually.
works at auto.
Nah,
Let me
he's
tell
a
you,
chef, bro. He
there
No. I'm
is
saying
a
he works
size
at.
and
This
a
guy works
color
at AutoZone and
and
sells you
a
mufflers.
palette
Well, it's
for
like saying
everybody.
Our girls
I'm
ripping
gonna
their
say
pants
yes.
for
I'm
him.
You
gonna
guys
say
talking
yes.
over each other. What'd you say, babe?
I said yes. There's a color and a palette for everybody.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
like chubby guys, skinny guys, muscular guys. There is someone that will fuck him and never want to.
But I'm
There
saying,
is.
would he get the pussy that he gets as because he's a famous
Does he
chef?
get pussy? Is he gay or straight? I don't even know this guy.
Oh yeah,
honestly.
maybe he's. Oh, I
If he's
apologize.
going after women,
For
I'm just
assuming
assuming.
you're-
I
I
don't
honestly, I
know.
didn't know who was going
I
after.
Yeah,
apologize
yeah.
for assuming your sexuality.
Go on to the next one because the next one's just so
Even
ironic.
more. Like I don't understand.
This guy was supposed to be on the Weekend Warriors, and it's not happening. I wish. I guess I could tell you who. We're gonna get
I
him.
know, Ron. I got my doggy style from you.
He was supposed to be on the Weekend Warriors. There's a whole storyline behind it, but I guess I won't say it just in case he ends up beating the
No,
case.
he's not gonna beat it.
But this guy,
That guy
this is-
Me Too'd himself his way
Yeah.
to the 70s, 80s, and 90s.
but he did that on film though as a
Yeah,
porn
but he's
star.
not attractive.
All right, so if
Again, it
you
doesn't matter if you're attractive.
if you
I guess not. Hey, I get what
if you had
you're
sex
right.
for a living and did 10,000 pornos, would you have sex in your free time? That's a serious question. You're
I know.
fucking the baddest bitches in the world, technically, the sexiest, do with the craziest shit
That's a
bitches
good
in the world.
question. Like,
Do you have sex in your free
because
time?
it's technically work. So, like, do you work in your off time?
I mean,
Do you?
Is it even-
apparently.
Is it even enjoyable anymore? Like for real,
Well, that's
that's
the thing.
do
I'm
you
sure
film
people
videos
ask
when
about
you don't
porn
want
stars
to?
and their sex life.
what do you
But
say, baby?
I said I'm sure that's a question that people ask about porn stars and their lives. But apparently, I mean, if you're still having sex, then
Hey
you
man,
must
if you
have-
love sex, you
I
love
think if
sex.
you're a porn star, maybe I think I answered my own question. If you're a porn star, I feel like maybe not a guy, but if you're a female porn star, you probably nymphomaniac. A guy's just like, oh, I can have sex with girls from getting paid for it. Okay.
Where do I sign?
Yeah, a girl, it's different. It's like, oh my god, I have to have sex on TV and get paid for it.
not necessarily. Why is it when a girl is different? Maybe they're on that same mindset of like, if I can have sex with guys and pay for it, why not? I'm fucking these losers. You know what I'm saying? Like I keep going on Match or Tinder or whatever it is.
I might as well get paid for this shit.
3rd date, 8th date, 10th date, loser. Why not? Like, don't judge on a
I should have
woman.
got paid for those last 3 lays. Those
So-
guys
I
fucking
don't
nutted
know.
in 3 pounds.
So I'm not certain on what
I ain't
his
judging.
I'm not certain on what his I'm not certain on what his case is, like what happened.
Wait, what's he getting Me Too'd for?
He raping somebody?
Oh.
But who knows? Like that's the thing. It's like you're supposed. They say believe
Yeah,
all
but why
women.
would
Believe
you
all.
rape
Believe all women.
when your job is getting laid?
You're supposed to. Yeah, you're supposed to. Well, not anymore. It isn't. But
No, but even so, come on, then you didn't tell me that there ain't no porn company that would hire him
they say
just to have that name.
they say you're supposed to
Yeah.
believe all women until they make an accusation against someone you like Joe Biden or fucking Jimmy Fallon or something. And then it's
No.
like, oh, you're
See,
not,
I don't like
believe,
that
don't
shit.
believe that woman. Believe
I
all the
believe
other
the
ones.
Joe Biden shit, dude.
Believe all the other ones
I
that
say
said.
believe the facts.
That guy's a
Believe,
weirdo.
believe all the other ones that said they that Trump raped her. Believe those ones.
Believe the
But these
facts.
ones over here, these Biden ones, yeah, that's not real.
Especially when all the women have the same story.
Yeah. So anyway, I just thought it was interesting that he got Me Too'd so late in life.
Yeah, for real.
You know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah.
I don't think he, you know.
I never think that
How
it's
is he not
weird
dying
when
from an
it's too
STD?
late because I feel like when it's power or money or whatever, there's always a situation where
Right?
they could just be like, oh, you're gonna come out. Oh, we're gonna make your life miserable. We're gonna make you lose your job. We're gonna pretend. We're gonna plant drugs on you. Like there's so many things that people that have the money, that the ends to do that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
It's just
I don't understand.
Depends on the power. I'm not saying
here's my
say
explanation
something.
before we move on. Here's off the top of my head. Here's what I can come up with for a rape explanation for him raping somebody. He's been getting pussy his whole life from the baddest women in the world, and now he's old and fat, and now all of a sudden it's like
he can't get pussy.
He can't get it like that.
Yeah, but he could get women his age.
Yeah, but who wants that after you fucking the baddest bitch?
Well, that's another story.
I
But
I like
John Regal said he looks like the guy who ate Pee-wee's bike.
Oh my god!
Is that true?
Yeah.
I don't remember. Can you find it, man? I don't know. That's what he says.
So Pee-wee's bike.
We can. We got him dying, so I know he looks like him. I don't even know who he's talking about, but I know he looks like him.
John Regal says Pee-wee, but Pee-weed better. Sean McCarthy says he rocks the Air Crocs though. Risky Biz, not Ron, my hero. Risky Biz with crying eyes. Christopher Gray, I met him in LA, funny guy. Puff Puff Pass Record says, yes, she does. John Regal, this guy, wow, I can't believe how much ass he got for being so ugly.
For real, dude.
Christopher Gray,
That
he
big
loves
dome,
busting people. John Regal, he looks like he ate the guy who sold Pee-wee's bike.
Yeah, we got that.
And
one.
Risky Biz says that BS. One of the women accusing Ron is 46-year-old. He ain't taking no 50-year-old pee.
Yeah, that's where I don't know. Like after you
Again, it just,
I don't know the names really, but I remember he probably fucked Jenna Jameson.
Hold on, let me Google Ron Jerry porn recently.
Listen, there's some 50-year-olds that look good.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
And
He's not
is
50.
it the no?
He's
He's
gotta be way
saying
older
the
than
girl
50.
is like
Oh, okay.
46, 50. But then again,
Give me like
is she
15
saying
minutes.
he did it now, or is he saying she did it when she was like 20?
That's so.
Totally
fucked
different
up.
story.
Alright,
Moving
who's
on.
next? Who's
I've
next?
only seen the first
This
15
dude
minutes
right
of the movie,
here
but they're great.
This
with,
is another
with the
one.
men.
He did get canceled, but he seems to be not caring and still putting out material. But I don't understand that people were okay with the it's okay to have sex with underage boys if they're gay. I didn't understand that.
Like it's okay.
Yeah, like
Underage,
for
like under
incest
18?
in the gay community.
Yeah,
That's
Not
fucked
incest.
up.
and they're saying, "Oh, that's not a big deal." 'cause-
Pedophilia.
No, that's a big deal.
And I'm just like, "Dude, that's a big deal."
Yeah, I don't. I
See,
don't
if the state wants to say that 18 and plus is an adult, then you can't say anything about that. But under 18,
I mean, you can say something
yeah,
about
but still, if you're considered an adult, then okay.
that.
you're
Yeah,
an adult.
no.
But under 18, that's fucked up, dude. That's like,
Yeah. Let's move
It
on.
doesn't
from him 'cause
matter.
He's a child molester. I don't
yeah,
know.
it's just gross, man.
All right, so we touched on Chris D'Elia. They're wearing the same shirt.
Wait,
Uh,
is that
if you own a blue
No.
plaid shirt,
I can't see it.
don't throw it away. Donate it to a shelter or a
They're
clothing
wearing the
drive.
same shirt.
But basically, they're wearing the same shirt.
What the
All
fuck
right,
is going
so
on
we
there?
talked about Chris D'Elia last week, last week, and it's kind of looking like he did it, maybe. What do you think?
Yeah. I feel bad because at
Yeah.
first I wanted to believe that it wasn't true, but then he was probably flashing his cock everywhere. Dude.
Cock flasher. That's what Joe's saying. Here first. Mind your manners.
And
Mind
I
your manners.
feel like
Who's the other guy though?
That's Hyde
Hyde.
from that '70s show.
he's a
No
he's
way,
a great
that's
guy.
Hyde?
Yeah, and he's on.
No, that is Hyde.
He's Joe's drinking. He doesn't know Hyde.
No, that
He
doesn't
just
look like Hyde.
Damn.
Come on, man.
Damn.
It
no,
don't
it is.
look
He ain't
like
got his
it.
glasses
He's not
on.
smoking.
We have the winner of this. This was given away earlier in the podcast. This is that '70s show original piece by Endo Joe. We gave that away.
Yeah. Damn, huh?
Yeah.
You know what it is? He don't got his glasses on. That's why
Christopher
I'm-
Gray says another scumbag. I think they already put him down.
Who, Hyde? Yeah.
Yeah.
Why, did he rape
Sean
too?
McCarthy says Dahlia.
Yeah, he
With
said
sad
he
faces.
liked him for sure. I liked him too for a little
Yeah.
bit.
me too.
I liked him too until I started realizing he was getting most of his material from Jim and Sam, who do a Sirius XM radio show or super early in the morning, right, man?
Yeah.
Like we listened to.
So it's just basically copying their
yeah,
material.
and I was like, oh, wait a second.
It was
man.
like almost the exact same thing.
And then
It's like,
Sam talked about it last night, and shout us out by the way
shout out.
from Sam last night on his show. He was talking
Sam
about it
now.
Shout out to Sam in the comments.
last night, and he was telling the truth because he was like, this guy's 40 years old and he talks and acts like he's 20. You know what I'm saying?
He's 40?
Yeah.
Damn, I thought he was like 25, 28.
No, so
Sometimes you
how,
look good.
how Sam was putting it though, because he knows him. You know, I mean, I don't know, but it made mad sense to me because he does talk my babies. He calls his
Yeah.
he calls his listeners my babies. But this guy, the rape I heard about was years ago, and it's just coming back up because it's the same rape from like
That's
someone says it in the
I didn't know
chat.
Hyde raped.
Two-
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, man, you're famous, bro.
Boom! That's what that problem is. You instantly believed it. That's the problem with it.
Allegedly. I don't know.
But that's what I'm
It
saying.
would
Like
sadden me
you're
if it's the
famous.
case.
Why do you need to rape, man? There's got to be a bitch out there that wants to bang you, bro.
Sometimes it's
Just
not
look
about
for
that. It's
that
about
bitch,
the power.
bro.
Just like when people cheat and they be like, oh, but he cheated on her with someone uglier. It's not about it.
Doesn't
All
make
right.
sense.
Sean McCarthy says 70 show guy has been raping.
2001, Risky Biz says that happened, and then again in
I don't understand
2003.
it. I don't
So
understand.
damn, it was 17 years ago? I thought it was 2017.
Damn, dude.
So it was a long time ago.
Man, I've been asleep. That's why I ain't woke.
Not that there's, not that there should be a
Statute of limitations?
yeah, but that has to be 17 years. That has to be some sort of fucking.
Yo,
but that doesn't mean he's gonna get in trouble for it legally.
Yo, if
He just loses-
there's
he just
evidence,
loses
there's
his
no
career.
statute of limitations.
Yeah, I don't know.
If there is legit evidence like DNA and shit, there should be no.
Yeah, but only in the court of public opinion, not necessarily court of law. Like it might be over for him legally, but it might ruin his career. You know what I'm saying? Like
No, yeah, but I'm saying like
And they-
in
and
the
they could
court of
pay
law, if there's physical evidence like DNA,
Well, what is he on? He's
then
on
you
that other
shouldn't.
show
It
with,
shouldn't be no
the other
statute
guys
of
on the
limitations.
70s.
he got cut from that when the accusation came out a few years back.
Oh.
The Ranch or something like that. He got cut from that show when this all happened. The next one is gonna be.
Oh,
a
he
funny,
had that show with him, his
Yeah,
brother, and his other.
the next one is gonna be a
Wait,
hilarious
wait, wait.
fucking
Yeah?
topic to discuss. But if you don't know, you're watching the Mind Your Manners podcast. Please
Mind
watch
manners.
it on YouTube. That is the real home. You
Give
can
us a thumbs up.
You can be-
subscribe.
you can
and
be
a
in the-
comment.
you can be in the chat. We'll shout you out. We'll fucking go back and forth with
If you
you.
don't like it, give us a
Spitz
thumbs
says
down, and then
2001
fuck
and
you.
2003. Yikes, Sean McCarthy. He's got more.
Yeah. All right. So this is the best one to talk about. I'm glad that you put in last, man. Oh my god.
Louis C.K.
This guy got Me
This
Too
poor
for something
bastard.
he asked if it was okay. And granted, it's weird.
Yeah.
But he said,
100%
hey,
weird.
he said, hey, I'm gonna jerk off. Is that cool? If not, you can leave. And the girls were like, okay, I'll stay and watch this. Probably laugh her ass off while he jerks off because you probably think he's being funny.
Yeah.
And you're like, ha ha ha.
And then it came out his belly. It was like, and they were all probably like, I'm gonna leave. This is weird.
I just don't.
If
I
I just
would
was
left
like-
easily.
If this was my
When?
place
Sorry.
and I was like, hey guys,
Let's get up.
I'm gonna start jacking off.
Yeah, here you go. Boom. What are you gonna say? You're
Okay,
a girl.
so like, first of all, you're a comedian. So first of all, I'm gonna think you're joking.
But then,
as soon
but then when
as
I,
you pull
but
your
then
dick
when
out,
I go
no,
like
no, no.
this
As soon as
and
you
then
pull
flop
your
it
dick
out and
if
start
you don't
going.
pull your dick out and all of a sudden pull it right back in, like, oh, just kidding, like,
No,
oh,
if
pull
I
it out
start
too much or
fl-
something, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Like, and first of all, if it was just you and me,
Yeah, that's even weirder.
again, I am like, you're
If I
pulling it out.
start feeding
I'm
the geese,
already
you better
moving
go home.
towards the door. Just in case you're not kidding, I'm already near the door
Yeah, buddy.
because you're not locking me in.
What's up, pup?
Again, I watched too
Dude,
much
again,
Dateline
if I start feeding the
2020.
geese, you better go home.
Yeah, you gotta feed the geese. So anyway,
Now, if you're a girl and then you're into that, again, I'm not judging you. Stay, watch it.
Hey, I've been with
Go
chicks
for
that
you.
wanted to watch me
Right.
jack up, and I'm like, this is kind of weird, but okay. Because there's a potential I may get laid here.
Again, no woman is gonna. Let me not say no woman, but if I'm in a
Hey,
situation
There
that
are
I
man
don't
whores
like
and women whores.
and I can leave, I am leaving. If I'm in a
Exactly.
situation that I like and I feel comfortable with, then I'm staying.
Dude, there's always a window in the
But
room.
that's just
Just
me.
jump.
You know, is there in that situation? I don't know. You're co-comedians. Is there a power struggle thing
so
going on?
Sean
Like,
McCarthy.
I
Sean
don't
McCarthy
understand.
says in the chat, he's correcting us. He says, I think it was like he already had his dick out and was like, hey, is this okay?
Okay, that's another story. Because you're already in an uncomfortable situation. But again,
But
if
then
it was
you should
me,
go like this.
I
All
would
right,
be
I'm
like,
out. I'm
exit
out.
stage.
You know what I mean? If someone's whipping their dick out, I'm leaving the room, dude.
And again,
I don't
it's
care if
just
it's
me and
fucking
you,
John F.
yes.
Kennedy or fucking.
Yes.
Even I'd be like, whoa, John F. Kennedy, why is he alive right now? But me, he's whipping his dick out. I want to get out of here.
That's a
dude.
dusty old president.
Yeah. That's a
And
zombie dick. I'm getting out of here, dude. don't
if
wanna
I
see no
know
zombie dick.
somebody that you know, like your wife or your girl, I'm telling her. Like, there's no, this is my friend, and I'm not telling her that you
You're
just
like,
whipped your dick.
hey, if you're gonna whip your dick out, I didn't know it was gonna be this kind of party.
I'll be like,
but I would
hey.
have stuck my dick in the mashed potatoes.
Sally, I'm just saying, you know, I'm leaving right now because your man wants to take his dick out and masturbate in front of me, and it's just not cool with me. Like,
That's
hey,
okay.
your swinger's cool. I'm not on the ride.
It's not into that shit,
And
man.
and if you're not either, you might want to check your man. Because he's doing some shit.
He says in the shout out to Ron in the chat. What's up, man? Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. Leave a comment. We'll be here. Sean McCarthy says I guess he came out of the bathroom bottomless. Just jacking.
Again, that is skeevy and weird.
It's weird, but again, it's his room.
And I'm gonna say that there are some women that are into
you
watching
are in
their
my
man
house, and you have the option to leave.
But I would definitely leave.
You do have the option to leave my room, but I am going to get naked and start
I don't know
whacking
if it's a
lesbians.
power struggle, because from what I understand in terms
Hey,
of
Sean, you seem to know a lot. Were you
female
there?
comedians and male comedians, I don't know if that's like a power struggle thing. I don't know. Maybe it's like a sexual harassment thing that they felt that they couldn't leave. I don't know that situation. But for me, I would be leaving.
I just thought that it was funny because he was the biggest comedian in the world. He didn't harm it. I mean, like how Sean's saying it in the chat, though, it does seem more creepier than how I understood it happening.
Yes.
It's not harm. It's just disgusting. Like, what if I just came into a room?
He did one of the creepiest, weirdest rape jokes on SNL.
Yeah. I got a good one.
And they didn't Me Too him then. But then it was like, oh, this guy's jacking off on himself in his own room. But the way he's saying it, like, if I was like, hey, I gotta go take a piss. And I came back with my pants off. And I was going, you'd be kind of weirded out, you know what I mean? But then again, I'd be like, hey, it's my room. Feel free to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was Me Tooing himself before he got Me Too'd.
But then again, most people would be like this, be like...
That's gross. So glad he knew that was
most people would be like this.
That's...
If you were just sitting there jacking off, you're like...
All right, so we're gonna do a giveaway before we move on to the next subject. If you've ever Me Too'd someone, hit us up in the chat.
Fuck you. I don't think so.
Hit us up in the chat. No, I'm just saying.
Hit us up in the chat. Put your address too.
Well, let's see. What's a good one?
Let the cops know where you are.
We just wanted to, before we go, we just wanted to give some more stuff away. This is an original, right, Joe?
El original. Todo es original.
This is an original?
Yeah, that's original. Yep.
What do they gotta do?
Indo Joe 710 is
I'm trying to
taking shots of tequila.
Yeah.
We're going to give this away. We just don't know what... I'm just going to show you. Then when I sit down, we'll decide what we're going to do to give it away. But this is an original piece right here. This lady got the crazy tattoos. I'll show you. She got the ill-mannered films, obviously. She got the Weekend Warriors.
Shenko said, ask Bill Burr.
Why would Bill Burr do?
I don't know.
Bill Burr, I used to listen to Bill Burr every day, and then his podcast turned into this. This is his old podcast. Hey, did you know I have a wife and a kid, and I'm going to try to make my wife famous? Did you know that?
Yeah.
That's his entire podcast.
Quarantine Cody says he's grabbing a drink and a shot.
We're going to do a shot with you. Let us know when you do it. So
Piper says he's a creep and he sucks because he's hilarious.
Exactly. Louis C.K. is one of the funniest comedians of our generation, dude. And one of the funniest writers of our generation. And it just sucks that he had to be a fucking weirdo and jack off.
All right.
Says,
again, you're fucking famous, dude.
Gorgeous.
Put some swag into it and lay the ass, dude.
Here we go.
Little game.
Hold on a second.
What the fuck? Do people not want to work for ass anymore, dude?
So the rules of the contest are to say that this is gorgeous, and the first person that says it in the chat loses. Boom, and here I did it. So Risky Biz, you won this right here. He was the first one to say that he liked it.
So again, hit the Mind Your Manners podcast, Facebook or Instagram, DM their information. We will ship it out.
Yeah, we will mail it to you. I'll show it one more time. So if you're watching this podcast live, we were having audio issues in the beginning from this YouTube feed. So what I'll probably do when I publish this is release part 1 and part 2, and part 2 will come out first while I use the old while I edit part 1 so that's not choppy.
Oh, yeah.
Boom. So here we go.
Like to chop?
So thank you for everybody. Thank you to everybody that super chatted us in money. We're super balling. We got $10. We didn't even know that we could do that.
Hey, we can promote this episode now.
Yeah, so we can't promote live videos, but
we'll go fuck yourself.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Thank you to Risky Biz and Mr. Rude 25.
So boom, that is yours. We're gonna add it to the pile of winnings. That was an easy win for him. Well, we got some
Risky Biz says, "Can I have the beautiful co-host autograph it, please?"
Sure.
Me? Sure.
And then Joe will be happy to
There's already an autograph on it, but I'll sign it again. Well, mind your manners.
We have have a personal note for everyone who wins tonight. We appreciate you following us.
Fuck, I'm ugly.
Alright,
You are not Endo Joe.
Quarantine Cody's back and take a shot, so let me get my shot to
I'm messing up over here.
Let us know in the chat before.
Just took a shot.
Let us know in the chat before we move on. If it hasn't been glitchy at all, it should have been for like at least a half hour.
Is Drew Carey being YouTubed?
No, this is just
no.
This is just a meme. Do you want a shot, babe?
Like, what did he do?
No,
now?
I'm good.
No, this is just a meme. I don't remember what it says. I know I just found this.
I was about to be like,
you got it, babe.
It's not, please.
You let them know, babe.
Welcome to Woke.
Welcome to Woke USA.
USA.
Where the most paranoid fantasies are embraced and figuring out how to pay for everything.
Bring it back. You got hit him with the Catalina delivery.
Oh. I don't think Catalina be the one
Where the
saying
most paranoid
She'd be
fantasies
welcome to Woke
are embraced
USA.
by figures
Where the
out
most
of...
paranoid fantasies are embraced and figuring out how to pay for everything.
I said
Doesn't matter.
figures.
Joe's trying to read. Okay. This guy right here, Joey Diaz, after this podcast, please go and watch his apology.
He is Cuban American.
Dude, is Joe Rogan getting Me Too?
Yeah, I'm going to tell you why. This guy, Joey Diaz, got Me Too'd yesterday because 10 years ago, he told a story on Joe Rogan's podcast. 10 years ago, he told a story on Joe Rogan's podcast about how 24 years ago, he was a opener at the comedy store.
Dude, I already don't care.
And he was opener at the comedy store, and he said a girl blew him so she could get stage time.
No, that's not what he said.
That's what he said on the podcast.
No. On the
That's
podcast,
awesome.
he said he made a girl blow him so she could get on stage.
Oh, it made a girl.
Yeah.
So
and Joe Rogan laughed.
So she was like, I want to get on stage. And he was like, hey, well, blow me. And she was like, well, unzip your pants. I'll gag on that thing right now. Dude.
Not that descriptive, I don't think, but that was like the joke that he told. And then Joe Rogan laughed.
Yeah, Joe Rogan laughed. So people
cancel Joe Rogan.
That's exactly what happened.
And then he went on his own podcast.
Oh my God. So he went on his own podcast. I don't know the deal about showing video on here, so we didn't load it up. But he went on his podcast last night, and you thought he was going to apologize. And he was basically screaming at the people on Twitter, being like, fuck you, motherfuckers.
For going at Joe Rogan, dude.
This is what I said. He was
like, yo, don't, you know.
This is what I said. Fuck you if you don't like it. Yeah. And then he's like, what did you expect me to do? Show up here and have 3 black guys and 2 women standing behind me to make sure everything was okay?
For clarification,
I was like, oh my God,
what he said was, what happened was, it was someone that he knew. He wasn't the host, and she offered to blow him, and he was like, yeah.
So, done right there. She offered to blow him.
Yeah. Mind you, no one's complaining.
The conversation is done right there.
Mind you, no one's complaining about...
So he didn't bring it up. She brought it up. Instantly, I got a boner. Pants are coming up. Bang. I'm getting blown, dude. Come on, dude. What? Do it out there. Come on, man. If you're out there and you wouldn't accept that blowjob, you're either married or you're a gay and you like to have men blow you, not women blow you.
Mind your manners.
No, there's no mind your manners. Like, so people have men blowing them, dude.
But, all right, listen.
What are we gonna say, Mr.
No woman is complaining. This is completely brought on by the Twitterverse. Mind you that.
So again, what I said earlier today. You want to shut Donald Trump up? Close Twitter. Hashtag cancel Twitter.
How'd you bring up Trump? We're talking about Diaz.
No, he said Twitter. He said Twitter.
Oh, when you see a political post on Pinterest, you agree with. Oh, I'm so...
I don't know what Pinterest is.
All right, I love that they tried to cancel this guy, because if your political views probably don't align with his, but I'll tell you what, there's something called freedom of speech, and it's around to protect unpopular speech. Not fucking the norm that everybody agrees with. So I don't really like this guy. I think he's awesome when he shuts people down who think they're gonna
make great points.
Who think they're gonna outsmart him, because the thing is they try to cancel him. They try to make sure he can't speak anywhere because nobody can beat him in a fucking battle.
Yeah, he does his research and he's very good at debating with people because he has the knowledge of what he's talking about to back it up. And he has done the research and he retains the knowledge to where you're going to argue and he's going to have a rebuttal that's gonna make you look stupid, and it's gonna be a fact.
Yeah.
Where you can look it up and be.
Yeah.
You like
But-
they get to right here. Right here. This is where they get to, like, where they get so mad at this guy.
But
You know what I mean? Like,
let me tell
they
you.
call him a Nazi.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. They get so mad they have nothing else to say because they can't beat him intellectually. And yes, I'm saying I don't believe a lot of shit that he says.
No, I don't either.
I
You're
know
right.
that I couldn't beat him in an argument for
you're
$1 million.
You're right.
I couldn't beat him in an argument for something that I like about my life.
Yes.
He would beat me in an
Yes.
argument about
Yes.
my life.
Yes, you're 100%. 100%. I'd be like, motherfucker, I did do
So
that.
they get so mad and frustrated that they can't beat him intellectually that they call him a Nazi, and the guy's fucking Jewish. And I'm just like, dude, what are you
And
doing?
like, not just like I got a buddy that's Jewish, but he wasn't raised Jewish. So like, he's got like family that's Jewish, but he's not. This guy was raised Jewish. He's like,
Yeah, I just think that
so
like
calling him a Nazi is.
he's very
That's
good
me
at
doing
debate.
it,
I
right?
think like just like anything
What the
else,
fuck,
if you
man?
can make
That's
someone
racist.
see your side, then you're really good at debate, whether you have a point or not. And like at sometimes he has really. Not
He's got good
sometimes.
points.
He has really good points because
Yeah, he does. Even
as long as you can say one thing and combat with another thing, and then someone else come back and be like, "Well, what about this?"
Yeah.
That's what
Like,
debate
he'll
is.
say-
A
He
rebuttal.
makes you think.
he'll say shit that I completely disagree with, and then I'm like, I have no comeback to what he said, so he's right.
Yeah.
Like,
Basically.
I don't
like,
want him to be
yeah.
right, but he's right.
And I don't want him to be right.
But
So,
that's the point of listening to other people's opinions,
Yeah.
so that they can somehow make you think about what you
And you can
are
grow
thinking
and
about.
progress as a person.
exactly, and not be close-minded. Not that you're gonna agree with 100%.
See other people's views
Yes.
and go, okay, I understand why
Yes.
they're.
And if you
seeing
can't do that, then don't
And
talk
you know
about
what? No,
politics
I
or
see it
religion
like
or
that,
sexual
too.
orientation or anything. If you can't try to see
Mind
someone
your
else's
manners.
opinion,
Mind him.
then why are you stating yours? That's my point. Like, if you're not open to hear anything anybody has to say, then why are you saying what you're saying?
For real?
Just
Yeah.
to hear yourself?
Well, that's the thing. It's there's like the
absolutely
radical
right.
left in this country are just as bad as the radical right. Dude, the radical left will stop at nothing to make sure that this man cannot express his opinion anywhere.
Anywhere, dude.
And just like,
Anywhere.
Like-
to the point where they try to block the doors.
and then
for people
they're like,
coming in.
the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and I'm just like, you are
You're doing
stopping
the opposite
the
of
first
what that
one
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
from happening.
That's what I said earlier about irony.
Because
they
you-
pulled it out of the dictionary.
Because you don't agree with what he says, you don't want anyone to
So
hear
I
it.
hear it, and that's not the American way. Like, I'm not saying
No.
I agree with 100%, but it makes you think some of the things he says, like, oh, okay.
Don't go.
Like-
Don't go to a speech. Don't watch it on YouTube.
I like watching debates. I'm a
You
Libra. I
have
like
ears,
seeing both
and
sides.
You have feet.
You know,
Yeah,
I like
right.
people
Or
that
you
make
have
me think,
wheels.
like,
Roll away.
you know? And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with using
Matters,
your own
matters,
brain.
matters.
It's
All
all
right.
about the information.
We're at a bench room.
Another perfect example of that.
Was that
Yes.
Condoleezza
A
Rice?
totally different opinion.
Jeez,
She
this,
wishes that she was.
this is Candace Owens. She's I don't really know her backstory. You know, people will dig up anything about your past to try to prove that you're not about this or not about
I
that.
would do this.
She is a conservative Republican, and you know, not everything she's saying
Looks
is
like Rihanna's cousin.
not everything she's saying is
Right?
spot on, but she's making
She's
some.
also another good debater.
She's making some points, and
She's a master debater.
is mind your manners, mind your manners.
It was right there. I had to bowl it, dude.
She makes some good points. She makes some bad points. But the thing is the left will view everything she says as a bad point. But you know, sometimes when things are offensive, I mean, they might be true about shit. You know what I mean? Like, why would you be so mad about something?
Again,
Like if you said I was fat and I weighed 120 pounds. And you're like, oh, you're fat. And I'd be like, oh, okay. But if you said I was fat and I weighed 280 pounds, I'd be like, oh, shit.
yeah, but if you could defend that by saying that your muscle weight is more than your fat weight, then you're not fat. So it's all about, again, the statistics, the way you use numbers, the way you debate. It's almost like people say, oh, well, you can't forge the numbers. Yeah, you can. You can manipulate it in the way you present the numbers.
That's a good
You
point,
can
man.
present it as a negative thing, or you can present it as a positive thing. It just depends. And you can say, oh, it's a negative number because XYZ. Or it's a negative number because
So she gets
ABC.
She gets the ill flap. Anyone who doesn't like
She got a big vagina?
anyone who doesn't lean left in like if they're African American and they don't lean left, people will view them a certain way, I guess. because I don't know any Republican black folks that people were like, oh yeah, he's cool, I love that guy.
It's the idea of we welcome everyone's opinion and whatever you think, but then if a certain person of a certain ethnicity, of a certain class,
you can have your own opinion,
thinks a certain way, you're like, well, that's not the way you're supposed to think. Well, what the fuck is wrong with you? Again.
So, here's I don't know about this guy. I guess this guy just came out and said this was all like his undercover work or something. What did you say?
Yeah, he's trying to say I was undercover, like trying to infiltrate the Trump.
Hey, maybe he was. So someone's got to go undercover.
He believed in Trump, and then all of a sudden, he actually opened his DMs and read his fucking inbox and was like, "Oh shit, man, the black people don't like Trump."
When did he say that? Did he say that after George Floyd?
Yes.
But again, why are you making your opinion based on what other people think?
He's so full of shit.
You gotta base it on what
because it's
you
Kanye
think.
West.
What do you think, dabs?
Is that
Kanye West? Wait, okay. Before everybody knew Kanye West, he was just a producer. Dope producer, dude. Okay, first album, dope as shit, dude. Dope lyrics. I mean, not dope lyrics. Okay lyrics, but dope beats, dope features, great songs. Okay, and then all of a sudden, he got fucking weird, dude. And I'm like embarrassed to be a Kanye West fan. And I just was like, I'm done with this guy.
Alright, let's shout out to Quarantine Cordy. Seems every side of the political world can skew the numbers to their side.
Exactly. 100%.
Sean McCarthy says, Kanye Kardashian. First 4 albums, dope.
I thought,
as an artist, dope.
I thought he was good. I thought he did this all to get attention. I don't think he likes Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? Like
maybe he was undercover. Maybe he was trying to figure.
Maybe Donald Trump gave this guy millions of dollars. Maybe he liked him for a minute.
That's what I'm saying. Like I feel like he tried to infiltrate, like tried to get Trump to pay for something for him, and then Trump was like, I'm not paying for that, and he was like, nah, fuck you then. I don't like Trump.
No,
you know what I mean?
Knows?
I thought I don't know. Maybe Trump gave him mad money to promote him. I don't know.
He's wearing a red hat. Fuck him.
Yeah, man.
No, or maybe he was really trying to be open-minded and be like, let me see what this guy's about. Like, remember when, what was it?
See, like I said when he first got elected.
Dave Chappelle said, like, let's give him a try. Let's see what's up.
Like I said when he first got elected, I don't like him, but I don't want him to fail.
And you're in a class
it's like when you vote against, when you root against him, it's like he's the captain of a ship and you want the ship to sink. You know what I mean? Like, why are you trying to make him fail? Why don't you elevate him and try to make him do better? Oh, excuse me for giving my opinion, assholes.
Well, we got next. All right.
Trump again? Trump again?
We got double trumped. All right. So we everyone hates Trump.
Oh, who's that old guy kissing little girls?
Everyone hates Trump, dude. I commented on a Joe Biden post today on Facebook. I didn't comment anything bad.
Dude, that bottom right is fucking weird, dude.
So I commented on this Joe Biden post today on Facebook.
Dude, I'll tell you right now.
They sent me a generic bot message being like, "Hey, you just commented on Joe Biden's post," and I all I responded was, It was a picture of Joe Biden in a mask. That's his profile picture. I said, how is Joe Biden gonna sniff girls' hair if he has that mask on? That's all I asked. Nothing. I didn't swear or anything.
That bottom right. It's fucking weird. And if that was my kid, I would fucking punch that guy in the face, dude.
And that sea turtle looking guy behind him.
Why are you touching my kid like that?
The sea turtle looking guy behind him, man. But anyway, so that's all I responded to the text or whatever. And they just kept sending me, are you Trump 2020? Click here. Are you Trump 2020? Click here. They sent it to me like 4 or 5 times. And
either way, they want to know which one.
Yeah, and I didn't click. I'm not. But I didn't click on.
You're like, I'm not even registered to vote.
I am signing in.
I didn't click on any because I was like, damn,
filling in the blanks.
If I click on this link, Facebook will block my posts from going out because that's what they've been doing to people who lean right on Facebook. Like it's all over the news.
I tell them straight up, I vote for Darth Vader like I did the past 4 years.
So I didn't click.
The Darth Lord of the Sith, 2020.
I didn't click anything, so I was just like, they're just trying. I don't want to get my account like shadow banned or anything like that, so I just didn't click nothing. Who we got next?
Yeah, so
it's like a band-aid you can't see.
We're going to another area.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Those are the biggest.
Himself.
This is one of the early cancel men before maybe Twitter.
He was probably the original.
He might have been the original. No, the original. We have the original.
No, he's the Ice-T, the OG.
I'm going to show you who the original are real quick, and then we're going to go back to Mel Gibson. These are the original cancel culture motherfuckers right here.
Yeah.
These are them right there. We'll go back to them later.
Yeah, we'll go back.
Boom, we're going back to.
So these number twos. But you know what they talk about number two?
Deuces.
Number two's the shit. You know it. Deuce.
That's another thing. Hold on. Let's before we go on to fucking Schindler over here. Let's see what's going on in the chat.
In the chat, what's going on? Let's see.
Christopher Grace says he doesn't hate him, and I think
I
he
don't
might
hate him.
talk about Kanye maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Risky Bit says, "Uh-oh,
He
Uncle
still makes
Joe,
dope beats, I'll
hide
give
your
him
kids, hide your wives."
Oh, Uncle, yeah, for real. Joe Biden. Like this is what I was trying to say about Joe Biden.
Hide your kids.
People hate Trump so much that they're willing to elect a guy who has the same flaws.
Dude, he's got dementia.
They're saying Donald Trump's a racist, okay? Well, Joe Biden's a racist. He actually wrote racist bills. They're saying Donald Trump is a rapist. Well, there's like 9 accusations against Joe Biden. They're cool.
And there's tons of videos of him sniffing little kids' hair. Dude.
Everybody's hair. He just
weirdo,
likes to
dude.
sniff hair.
So
There was 4 examples right there, and that was too many, dude.
Add on to that he has dementia. So they're willing to vote for someone with dementia, knowing that he might only last a year, and what you're really voting for is the vice president.
The vice president. I was just about to say that they want the vice president. Because
we don't even know who that's going to be.
They could just slip a little
This
fucking
makes me sick.
ginseng in his tea. He won't even know that shit.
It's like, that's
Get a
the
boner and pass
introduction.
out.
There's not even a chapter in the book. That's the introduction to the book.
Christopher Gray in the chat, he says that he don't hate Trump. I was like, I don't really hate him either because I think a lot of the things people are mad at him about are words that the media, either Fox or CNN, interpret the way they want to interpret them and tell you, hey, he said the word fucking lettuce in a sentence.
Yeah.
Did you know that there was a...
He held the Bible weird.
Did you know that they held the Bible weird? These motherfuckers hating on how he held the Bible, but are okay with the people who burned the church down.
I don't hate him. I don't love him.
Yeah.
I don't hate him. I don't love him, but I don't want him to fail. I love my country, and I want my country to be as best as it can be, dude.
What are you gonna say?
I said it's choice shit or choice shit. Pedophile, sniffing, like you're just a creep. You're just like that guy that says, "Oh, don't go to that house."
Yeah, there has to be a better choice.
Like,
For real, that's what I kept saying. That's what I said a few weeks ago, dude. Like, you had 4 years to find somebody good, dude. And all you did was bitch about Trump. And then all of a sudden, it's like, hey, elections this year. Oh, fuck, we're going to have to pick this senile guy that can't remember anything.
let's someone who's a true bigot.
We're going on to this motherfucker.
That has files on bigotry.
Go ahead.
So let's go into this Jew.
Now, Gibson, when this came out, I was so sad.
He was the biggest movie star ever.
I was so sad.
Ever.
So many great Mel Gibson movies that I can remember.
He couldn't do shit wrong.
It all went to shit.
Yeah.
Lethal Weapon, the series. You telling me that those movies are bad? Those movies are great.
Even this TV show, they made a TV show. He's so
handsome.
They made a TV show.
Braveheart.
They made a TV show of fucking a movie about a fucking guy everybody hated, and it was a success.
Yeah.
And he would have been in it if they didn't get.
He started being a bomb-ass director too. The Passion.
Well, just
Apocalypto.
recently something came out and he was like denying it, and everyone's just like, just accept it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he's trying to come back because he did win Best Director. They did give him Best Director for Best Picture.
He's never apologized
Was
for
Best
it, so
Picture or
you
Best
know he's
Director
not
for,
sorry. How about that?
The war movie.
Let's go to the chat.
We got some
here.
chats. What's
Christopher Gray says, are you being serious that you don't know what Trump is doing to the Democratic Party at Guantanamo Bay with the military tribunals and everything? What? He says that's why they blow him up in the news.
And they blow him up in the news because he said that they were fake and they knew they were fake, and they went on a 5-year smear campaign to be like, we're not fake, to the point where they made commercials that they weren't fake. They were like, we're not fake news. Check
First of all, I think everybody knows that all the news channels are fake.
Yes.
Dude, I'm just upset
all,
that they couldn't
right
find
across.
someone better than Joe Biden
He says,
to run against him. He's gonna eat him up, dude.
That's why they
I don't
blow
want
him
Trump
up.
to win again. He's gonna eat him up, dude.
Here we go, babe.
Christopher Gray says that's why they blow him up in the news. Sean McCarthy says, I feel like Biden and Trump are creeps. Christopher Gray says he opens the door for the investigations that are happening right now that are actually tied into everything you brought up today. Human trafficking. Christopher Gray. Mel Gibson, a fucking saint.
Oh my
Remember
God.
who owns the news? Rockefeller, Soros, etc.
I don't know, man. Mel Gibson seems like he's
You
one
know
of
what
those...
I like? I like Facebook Live. I like IG Live. I like watching shit as it happens.
Yeah,
and then
for sure.
I decide what the fuck I do.
Yeah.
And that's just me.
Supposed to have a live.
Mind your manners, but...
Mind your manners. If you're watching on Facebook, go to YouTube. I'll provide the link in the chat. DJ Twin, go to YouTube. I just hit the...
You can't see my beautiful face.
I just hit the link in the chat. Sorry. So move on to Mel. Actually, don't move on from Mel Gibson. This was the biggest movie star in the world, and people are complaining online like, "Oh, they didn't cancel Mel Gibson." I'm like, man, they canceled Mel Gibson because since this happened, he's had 2 movies in the movie theater. He was a co-star.
Hacksaw Ridge.
He was a co-star in Daddy's Home 2. And he directed Hacksaw Ridge. That's it. They're not letting this guy do A-list movies. It's not happening. It's never gonna happen.
That Hacksaw Ridge he paid for it.
So he got canceled. This motherfucker got canceled. Like he might come out in movies, but they're not fucking movie theater movies.
No.
Like he got fucking canceled.
They're
Nowadays,
straight to DVD movies.
Don't believe anyone that says he didn't get canceled because he was the biggest movie star ever, and since his problem saying that about Jewish people,
Yeah, this kid.
He fucking has had no fucking major movies besides those 2 movies,
Yeah,
and the other one I can't even give him credit for. He was just a co-star in it. Like, whatever, man. Fuck Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
Oh my God, babe, this is all you.
Paula Dean, another chef.
Jimmy Dean?
So apparently it came out that like they treated their employees like shit. They were racist. They abused them. This one lady that was working for them for years, she was a African American. She was still getting $10 an hour while they were on like the 8th.
What year was this? I don't know. I'm not sure how old this is.
Paula Dean got shouted out. Hold up, I'll tell you.
Oh, you don't know? It's okay if you don't know.
No,
I just don't
I
know
do
if it was
know.
recent or
I
not.
do know for a fact.
So she
no, it
does
was like
know.
5 years ago.
No,
That's
shit.
racist that you think that she doesn't know.
The first time she got the first time she got sued was 2013.
Damn, so $10 an hour
And it was for
2013.
sexual harassment
That's
and
low.
racism.
That's low.
And then it came out that this lady that was working for her the whole time before they even blew up, she was still getting $10 an hour. And she would get like comp like cruises, you know, like she would go and like teach how to cook whatever on cruises and everything like that. But when this all first came out that she was saying the N-word, because what happened was she was getting sued. So in the court, they asked her, have you ever used a racial slur? And she said, yes, plenty of times. And then at one time she had an idea of like an antebellum themed party. So antebellum, you think about old country where like the African American people will dress as like slaves.
That's what Sean says right here in the chat. Sean McCarthy in the chat. He says, Paula Dean, he said Paula Scene, but we know what we're talking about. He said Paula Dean had a slave-themed party.
Exactly. Antebellum
Damn, dude, that
Were
is
you saying
fucked
that?
up,
Yes.
dude.
I was reading the chat while you were saying that.
Holy shit,
Absolutely.
that's fucked up, dude.
And the lady was still getting $10 an hour. And she had been working for these
Damn,
people
so you're even
all
paying them
these-
slave wages?
So then all of a sudden they like gave her a salary and like some commission and stuff.
Damn,
like,
man, that's bullshit.
basically it's like she made the history a reality in a sense.
We're going to keep going tonight because you know what? I'm going to split
yeah.
this episode into 2 episodes and fix the first half, like I said. Because, oh my God, this guy. We went right into this guy? Donald Sterling?
We're going a little bit of sports.
This is he was the owner.
Those chicks are hot.
He was the owner of the Clippers. I think it's the same girl.
So he bought the Clippers in
She
81.
looks much prettier in the second picture.
Yeah,
for sure.
She's actually a pretty girl. She's
In the
half
last one.
Latina and half
She got a lot of teeth and a weird nose. And
That guy is fucking weird, though. Let me tell you, if that chick is banging that weird fuck, she's banging him for money.
Yeah.
Because there's no way she's attracted
Well, this
to that
is his
chick.
girlfriend.
Look at his face.
He's
What
still
do you think
married.
his dick looks like?
That picture of her isn't flattering in the first one. The second
No,
one
it doesn't
she's
matter,
just
dude.
like-
But he's still married, so he bought the
To her?
Clippers, the San Diego Clippers in 81. Then he moved them to LA.
The
I think
Clippers
it was
suck.
like
Why did he buy the
84,
Lakers?
84. So they said the beginning of this guy being a douchebag is that he had a contest where he said, okay, if you hit 3 basketballs in half court, whatever,
You don't
we'll
have
give
to
you
blow me?
$500. So the guy does it. Then it was like 9 out of 10 or something like that. Then he says, all right, I'm a double or nothing. The guy does it. The guy, he doesn't end up paying the guy. And this guy has mad money. Then he moves them to Los Angeles. He's married. The girlfriend puts out a recording, basically because she had put a post on Instagram. Wait a second, sorry,
stop talking for a second. Stop talking. You gotta stop.
Okay, don't say it like that.
Is this guy married to this girl?
No, he's married.
And he's going publicly
to his wife, and this is his girlfriend.
Who's his wife in the fourth picture?
He's publicly going to games with this girl, and that's not his wife.
That's not his wife. There's a 50-year-old difference.
Are you sure that's not his wife?
Damn, that is too old.
Okay, so go ahead.
So I know because the wife is suing her for all the cars that he gave her. He gave her like a Maybach, a Corvette, a Porsche,
and she got a fucking Pontiac Fiero.
But basically, she posted a picture with Magic Johnson.
It's a poor man's fucking.
And he goes off on her that he doesn't want her to post pictures of her with minorities or blacks.
But I think he said that he dropped the N-word though. He didn't just say minorities and blacks, right?
Well, whether he did or not, either way, if you're saying I don't want you to post pictures with minorities and blacks. That's racist.
I don't like the
even though you're going out with a woman who's black and Latina.
Just like I don't know, like what are you supposed to say? But like I don't like when people think like, hey, oh man, he said the N-word. I'm like,
I don't know.
That phrase sounds racist to me now. Does that mean I'm woke?
I think you're woke, man.
Hey, I'm awake.
I think things that sound racist to you sound racist to you. And maybe those are words that you're gonna use.
Had my coffee and I'm up. Woke up. All right, let's move on with this weirdo. Fuck this dude.
We're back to baseball.
All right, so these are the original canceled motherfuckers right here. These are them right here. None of these guys, and as far as I know, tested positive for steroids. I think they obviously all did steroids, but none of these guys tested positive for steroids ever. And they're going to be kept out of the Hall of Fame. And now Barry Bonds 100% should be in the Hall of Fame. I'm not sure about the other two, but if you agree with me in the chat...
Mark McGwire was a decent player before he got, like, huge. But he wasn't... I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, for Christ's sakes, Sammy Sosa tried to go white to get into the Hall of Fame. You know what I mean?
I don't think that's why.
He tried everything he could to get into the Hall of Fame. He was like...
Mind your manners.
He's like... Let me... Oh, really? I'm getting booed for the... He went white! He went white!
He did go white.
Are we not trying to cancel Sammy Sosa for going whiteface?
That is a good question. That's not for y'all to answer. Him, Foxy Brown, Michael Jackson, I don't know.
It doesn't bother me that much.
That's cultural appropriation, and I don't like it.
I don't know.
But yeah, these are the original cancel motherfuckers. I think Barry Bonds should be in the Hall of Fame. It's a shame. It's a shame that he's not.
You made a perfect point about Barry Bonds the other day. Before he started doing steroids, and if he hurt himself and ruined his career, he still would have made it to the Hall of Fame.
You know,
because before all that shit, before he got all beefy and juicy, he was a Hall of Famer. He was an MVP. He was an All-Star. He was a Golden Glover. He was a clutch player, dude.
This is what I say about Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds should be in the Hall of Fame. I don't care what you said. This is why. Right here. Simple situation. You cannot tell the story of baseball without mentioning his name. Because after you explain baseball to a Martian, you're like, yeah, so you hit a home run, you hit a triple, you hit a... The Martian's going to say, who hit the most home runs? That's exactly what the Martian's gonna say. So
technically it was Barry Bonds.
Hold on, sorry, hold on. Mind your manners. Not Martian. Unidentified space dweller.
You apologize to all the identified space dwellers out there.
Sorry to all the unidentified space dwellers.
Or interdimensional.
I didn't mean to call you a Martian. But yeah, we can move on. But you can't tell the story of baseball without Babe Ruth. The other guys, they had a crazy season where everyone was like, "Oh, who did the most steroids? They hit the most."
No, Mark McGwire was a decent player when he was on the Oakland A's.
If there are people in the Hall of Fame of baseball who
if he would have stuck to baseball, he could have made a decent career.
Steroids and they're in it. Then it's shady that those people aren't. I just be like, you gotta be fair across the board.
We said
you in or you out.
We got some chats going on before we switch it. We'll start right here. 60 from Cody. From
Quarantine Cody says 60-game season I saw for MLB baseball. I would love to see that happen.
Yes, it's gonna happen.
For real, dude.
It has to happen.
Another DJ Twin Film says, is Biden okay with legalizing pot?
I don't think he is, but You know, they're going to legalize everything.
Goes on,
the radical left is taking over the party, so they're going to legalize everything. Like murder will be legal in 10 years.
Sean McCarthy says Bonds didn't take steroids until he was 38.
Fact, dude. He was already a Hall of Famer.
He was a Hall of Famer.
Again, how are we judging
before
these people?
He was
There's a big gray area, right? Another DJ Twin Film says it's sad that Pete Rose didn't make the Hall of Fame also.
Yeah, Pete Rose should be in the Hall of Fame. What he did was as a coach. He has the most hits in baseball. That's another person you can't really tell the story. But no one really cares about hits. The first question they're going to ask is, who has the most home runs? Because that's what hits, who gives a fuck? Not to say like that, but if you could pick between...
Yeah, but a hit, you get a single and then 3 outs after, it doesn't mean shit. A home run is a fucking run.
Exactly.
It's a run. It's a run.
Sean McCarthy corrected himself. He says it was actually Bonds was 35.
So
we're later in his career.
We're going to give a shout out to Green Thumb Gorillas. They are our sponsor for tonight, one of the 3 sponsors for tonight's show.
They do have red hats.
They got red hats, so they might vote for Trump.
Stop
but
hating on the color
I'm
red.
not sure. These are their hats right here. They might vote for Trump because they have red hats, and I heard that if you have a red hat, you are a Nazi. So maybe the hats come in blue and green and other colors. But they are a sponsor.
Gorillas.
You can find them in the chat as on GTV, GTTV.
Okay, that's in time.
GTTV. And then Hectic 978. He if you'll see him pop up sometime.
Shout out to DJ Slim.
Our other sponsor
and
right
his
here.
album, The Weed Life. Weed Life. You can find him on all his social media under DJ Slim. Hey, that's what happens when you drink and you smoke. It's okay. I'm not driving. I'm not going anywhere.
It's not real shit. You guys are watching this live. There's not many podcasts that go out live, video podcasts. We're getting drunk, smoking weed, and putting ridiculous amounts of marijuana in front of us.
Mind your manners podcast.
You can't see it on Facebook, but if you go to YouTube and watch it, you see it.
You will see. And then our last but not least, also our last episode sponsor, the Roof Family Moving Company at 978-398-2784. If you've got something large or small, the Roof Family will move it for you.
You did that good. That was good. She's thinking, and she did that thing real fast like that.
Listen, we all got our little specials. No. But this is the Ill-Mannered Films Mind Your Manners podcast. I am Chef Tanya Nicole.
Chef Tanya.
Mr. DL with a Y and Endo Joe, INDO Joe 710. You can catch us on all the social media platforms. This has been the Mind Your Manners podcast. Mr. DL, you want to add anything to this final farewell?
No, I'm good. I didn't even know we were ending.
Oh, well, maybe we're not.
Cool. Are we out?
I mean, we're out of pictures, but we don't have to end.
No, I'm
not the boss of you.
It's cool. I was going to keep going because we were going to split this up. But if that's how we're ending,
we're going to split. Listen, I am not the boss. If the people want more, we will give them all that they want.
I think we keep going, man.
Let's do this.
I think we can do some
this
dabs.
Is Mind Your Manners podcast.
This is the Mind Your Manners podcast. That was just something that we had prepared as far as what we wanted to talk about. And I didn't even check my notes because Tanya ran the show on this one.
That's what they told me to do. They said don't go past 9. So I'm just doing what I was told.
Hey, I do want to touch
you're
on
not
this.
woke enough, so.
There's something. I opened my notes and instantly the first thing I wanted to touch on. We didn't touch on selective rage, like we kind of did, where we're like, well, this guy rapes, right? Trump rapes. I don't know if you're a Republican or a Democrat, so I'm just gonna say it down the middle. If you're mad that Trump rapes, you don't care that Biden rapes. And if you're mad that Biden rapes, you don't care that Trump rapes. That's pretty much what's going on in the country right now. And I'm just using that as a certain example because both of the presidential candidates have multiple rape allegations against them. That's kind of crazy, right?
Yeah, it is crazy.
I'm sorry, but if shit's out there about either, it just needs to be investigated. Like, it can't be we don't like this candidate, so we're not going to talk about this.
It should be selective.
I want all the information. Don't censor it for me. I want all information on everybody.
All right.
If I got to write it in, I'm writing it in.
Writing in what? A candidate?
That's right. Shit.
That's what it's too close to the election. It's almost July 1st, right?
I don't give a damn. It's my right to vote.
Can I do one of your dabs? I don't think I have any dabs ready.
Oh yeah.
I'll give you some of that last time.
Shut up. Right.
I don't think it's too close to the election for someone to come through and be like, hey, I'm an independent choice, because your choices are terrible.
Listen, we've learned in America that it's never too late. for you to do anything in life. And it's all right. If shit ain't right and we don't like them, we're like, listen, y'all motherfuckers fucking up. You fucking up over in this corner and you're fucking up in this corner. So see what you do about it. Because that's not going to work for America.
All right, here's something I see on Facebook. If you're still watching on Facebook, you should be watching on YouTube. The link is in the chat. If you're on YouTube right now, please hit the like button. Please join us in the chat. It's pretty fun in there. Trump. Sean in the chat said Trump had about 15 allegations before he got elected. And one thing I'll say about Trump is I didn't vote for Trump, but let me tell you something about Trump. No one says shit about this guy really until he decided to run against Hillary Clinton for maybe not even against her specifically. But
he was a Democratic for years.
Yeah.
People liked him. People took pictures with him. His show was #1 for years, dude. People wanted to be on his show. And then all of a sudden he became a Republican and was like, you know what, I am running for president.
These are my notes. You know I wanted to touch. These are the things I wanted to touch on. I think Tanya did an awesome job. Over there? I think Tanya did an awesome job running us through that because she actually ran through it at the exact time we wanted her to. But what happened was
some kind of professional.
The first little bit of our podcast had technical errors on YouTube, so I'm going to split those up into 2 episodes. So I don't care that we're going to keep going.
We're going to split roast.
But these are my things. All right, I know we all have the friends on Facebook. To bring it back to Joe saying the irony of you're seeing white people telling other white people how they don't understand black struggle. Do you see these woke individuals?
The fat white chicks with blue hair screaming Black Lives Matter. It's just like, what do you know about Black Lives Matter?
I don't know, man. But
I mean, you can have an opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, really,
you can have an opinion, and that's their opinion. But I just think that
everybody's gonna ask.
You know, you can't say if you look a certain way. Like you don't have to deal with this shit. Let me just say, if you look a certain if you look, mind your manners, mind your manners. If you look a certain way, you can't have a certain opinion on other things. And I'm like, I don't understand how my skin color makes me unable to have a rational opinion about a certain subject.
I think everybody can have an opinion on any kind of subject. Am I going to agree with your opinion? Yes or no?
Exactly.
Or maybe?
That's
a
the
different
point
thing.
of an opinion.
Exactly. Opinions are like assholes and everybody's got one. Eminem said that, alright?
We're gonna keep going.
Ben, you want some more shots?
Oh, good.
No, I'm good. Alright. I have a bladder to control.
Alright, okay. Maybe some people got mad that I said that, but that is something I see on Facebook all the time, and I'm just like, man, you don't understand the irony of what's happening
they
here.
Took it out of the dictionary.
In your conversation
with
this person.
Sense anymore.
How you're telling them they don't understand something that you're saying you don't understand. I don't know. It's like, I don't even want to explain the irony of it because you all understand what I'm saying.
That one video of the kid screaming going, you're a white male! And it's like,
yeah,
you're a white male! What are you talking about, dude?
Who knows? Maybe he's mixed and he got some other cultures in him.
Maybe I do. I don't know. I never got a fucking
brother-in-law's sister, it has like 4 different cultures in her, and 3 of them are super minorities. Black, Native American,
whoa,
and
Aren't
Japanese.
Americans?
And she does not appear, as you want to put into quotation marks, as a minority. So like you really are at the point where you can have your opinion, but I'm not necessarily going to agree with it. Now, how you deal with the fact that you don't agree with it is where the adult part comes into.
I just think a lot of these people have either been racist in their life growing up, and now they're not, and they try to like make up for it.
Yeah, they're trying to erase it.
Or honestly, man, they're just trying to fit in. And they just can't be themselves, and they for some reason feel like, hey man, if I feel bad about who my ancestors were, maybe you'll think I'm cool, man.
Again, like maybe these are the people who need to express themselves in this emotional, public, attention-grabbing kind of way, and that's how they process. So it's like, who the hell are we? But when you then judge me because I'm not processing the way you do, that's when I have a problem.
Yeah.
Like, that's what you want to do. Cool. Listen. I have no problem with that. But when you start telling me that I can't express myself or you don't like this the way I do it. No. Ahí es que paramos la cosa. Like, that's where we stops.
Like, I feel disgusted when I hear stories about, like, white people with slavery and shit. But then it's like, at the same thing where my ancestors didn't do slavery. Yeah. Like, they came over when...
They were slaves.
Exactly. They came over fighting slavery and then were put into, like, well, hey, we're going to pay a Protestant 25 cents to do this, but, oh, you're an Irishman, so we'll pay you a penny. You know what I mean? Like,
they didn't necessarily come over here to fight slaves.
No.
They came over here to survive.
Exactly.
And then the healthy men were put on
but
boats.
Again, like I was saying, like, I feel, not guilt, but I feel bad that, like, white people did slavery and, like, they did that shit, and it feels disgusting.
Yeah, hold on, sorry.
It feels disgusting, but at the same breath, my ancestors,
hold on,
my family didn't do that. You know what I mean?
That's another thing.
Not every white person had slaves.
Yeah, not every white person was a slave owner. Like that's another thing.
Everybody thinks that though.
I mean, I'm not saying
you're white, so your family had slaves. And it's like no, my family was poor as shit, dude.
I will say
they fought a famine and came to a country that they were supposed to thrive in. And were forced into a war that they didn't know what the fuck they were doing. And then all of a sudden, it came out of a war and were paid pieces of shit. And there were signs saying. No Irish, no dogs allowed. Right. You know what I mean? No Irish, no dogs, dude.
I'll tell you one
thing.
What I mean? I'll tell you one thing. Not everyone was a slave owner, but I'm gonna say 99% of white people back then didn't give a fuck about people having slaves.
Yes, you're absolutely right.
You're
absolutely right.
It's like the norm. It's like breathing air.
You're absolutely right. But in the 1700s, my family wasn't here. They were still famining in Ireland.
I bet a lot of people fucking. I'm sorry, but there wasn't a lot of people woke back then being like, hey man, these people should be free. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and if they did feel that way, they weren't saying that shit because they would be not the norm.
I will say that
you're absolutely right.
People probably weren't really giving a like they didn't own slaves, but they probably don't give a fuck. So sorry.
It's just like now more people care about like the humanity of cattle, which back in the day they probably just like fuck it.
They didn't do. They almost wiped out the buffalo. They were like, these things are delicious. Keep killing them.
All right, so what
more subjects?
What did super duper woke fucking smarter than me people do before the internet? Because these people think they're posting on Facebook like, hey, I'm gonna post this page. I'm gonna get 83 likes on this post. I'm gonna change the world with this post. Everyone's gonna think like me. This is gonna change it right here.
Hey man, every time I put a piece of art out, I go, man, I'm gonna get 1,000 likes on this. This thing is dope. 20 likes?
Quarantine
it's been 2 weeks.
What we need to know right now is how to do a true weekend warrior. We need to make sure it gets in Urban Dictionary. Being from Savannah, the St. Patty's episode was one of my faves.
That's what's up.
Christopher Gray says Trump went for Democrat to Republican Party.
Yeah, hell yeah, he did.
No Irish need apply.
That's fucked up.
That's
what I'm
saying,
how
it needs to be.
We got treated like pieces of shit for years, dude. And you know what, dude? We took it. We go, you know what? One of these days, we will rise above this, dude. And we got the fucking presidency. And then what did they do? They fucking killed him because he wanted to change the world, dude.
This one kind of goes back to the last thing I was saying. With what they think they're changing the world. I feel like a lot of it is for social media. It is for likes. It is a patting yourself 100%. on the back culture. Yeah. Like, hey man,
look what I did.
You know, I might have said this when I was 13, but this is me now. Yeah. And look how woke I am. Look at me marching. Look at me this. Look at me that. I'm like, yo man.
I'll be woke. Go change a community. Go contribute to other things. Go make sure that injustices don't happen to every people of every color of every class. That's being woke.
What do you guys in the chat think about the statues? Let me do another. Let's get your opinion on the whole statue situation.
Let me give you mine right here. Okay, like the Confederate statues, like they shouldn't even have been up in the first place. Like,
what do we got left for
here? They're losers. We still haven't given a lighter away.
We still have the lighter. We still got a lot of shit.
The Confederate statues. Okay, they're supporting losers. Like they lost the war. There's no Hitler statues anywhere, are there? There's no fucking. You know what I mean? There's no SS statues anywhere. They lost, right? Am I correct here? There's no fucking. Why the fuck are there Confederate statues?
Those statues should. There shouldn't be Confederate statues
there
because
should be in our history books.
They committed treason.
People need to learn the past.
Hold on.
And raise from it.
The Confederates committed treason against the United States of America. Exactly. So I don't think that there should be any Confederate statues on that sense. But if you have a Confederate statue, man, I don't really... I mean, first of all, I probably wouldn't even know. I'd probably walk past it, smoking a joint, never look at it.
I think
but if it's part of your history, it's part of history. It's just not part of my history.
Part of that is putting it in a museum. There's
perfect.
Stuff that
what he was
put it in the history museum.
What he was saying about the Nazi shit, that Nazi shit should never be hanging in a thing. But
it should never be forgotten.
It should be in a museum.
It should always be remembered. It should be taught in history.
This should in 2000
should be taught.
In 2400, some kid should be walking past a thing and be like, "Hey, what's that? What's that red flag?" And be like, "Oh, these motherfuckers tried to exterminate a whole race of people."
Yeah, absolutely.
Like. If you ever see
that,
if you ever see that logo, fuck that dude up.
It's all about knowledge. Knowledge is power, and like not giving it a it's a positive thing, but thinking at this time in our history, this is what was going down. Like, yes, we can look at this and be like,
we want to give this away.
History, and let's not repeat it. That lighter is dope.
We want to give this lighter away in the chat. What do they gotta do, Indo Joe?
Is your phone have internet? Are you online right now?
Are you online right now?
Yeah.
Christopher Gray says
get your phone out.
They should definitely be in the book.
It's right there.
Phone's up. First person to go to my Instagram.
First person to go to Joe's Instagram and like it. If you already like Indo Joe, unlike it and like him again.
INDOJOE 710.
INDOJOE 710 with the numbers at
710
on Instagram right now. Go like them, and we'll send you this. If you live in America, if you don't, we'll figure it out.
Christopher Gray says should definitely be in the books. The ancestors of those who were slaves should not have to look at the man who killed their great grandmother.
Say it again. Sorry, I missed it. Say what he said.
Right.
They should definitely be in the books.
Yes.
The ancestors of
because
those
we need
who
to
were
learn
slaves
from our past
should not have to look at the man who killed their great
I like that.
100% right.
That's a good one right
Sean
there.
McCarthy says many of those statues were built in black neighborhoods that were growing economically. That was built as a reminder.
That's a good answer to that. I like
Adam
that.
For real, because
says, what's good, DL?
For real, because you go to Germany and there's signs everywhere where the Jewish people were taken out of their homes.
Yeah,
it's terrible. Sidewalks, and there's reminders everywhere to remind the German people of what their past did, because you need to remember the past to grow and learn from it.
But where does it stop?
You can't celebrate it. You can't celebrate it with a fucking statue.
All right, let me tell you the problem. One of the ill problem. I'm gonna tell you the ill problem for like drug dealers. Ready? They're going to cancel so many people that all the people on the money that they have no problem with, mind you, the people that are on the Jackson and Lincoln and fucking Washington,
trying to pull down Jackson's statue.
Ben Franklin, they're gonna have all these problems with it. They're gonna cancel these people, and in 10 years, those bills will not be existing anymore, and all these people with millions of dollars in drug money
that are buried
are going to be like, oh my God, how am I going to clean this money? It is fucking so out of date.
My money's offensive.
It's just as bad as not saying
Did you get any follows?
That America.
We gotta follow. Who is it?
You gotta be the good and the bad, because
say it
that
again.
is
I heard you. Sorry.
history. Like that is history, good and bad. We did this shit, and this is what happened when we did that shit. Then we tried to do this shit, and that didn't work. Like, no country is perfect. No country's history is perfect.
Tell them to hit me in
There's
the DM.
good and bad things and everything that we've done over the centuries. America's young, but we don't need to keep repeating the things that we've already done. That's the whole point of not
the Instagram
history.
Boston Scream Man.
Boston Scream Man, you just won.
Chris Gray.
Chris Gray. Oh, nice. Joe's going to send you this. Just hit him up in the DM. He'll get all your info. You just won the Zippo lighter. It's pretty sick. It's actually pretty sick. It has the teeth on there. Those are real teeth. Those are, speaking of the Holocaust.
Yeah.
Mind your manners. Mind your manners.
So yeah, I don't know if it works. It probably works. I just can't
fucking. Doesn't have any fluid.
Oh, you just gotta fill it with fluid. Work. But he can't send you with fluid anyway.
I won't send it with fluid because you can't send liquid.
Okay.
But I'll send a priority.
But you won. Boom.
Yeah, you won 100%.
The next thing up for free is this. This is a one of a kind, right?
Huh?
Yeah.
This is a
you showed them that because I made it 2 hours and 45 minutes, but I have to go to the bathroom.
First person to
comment.
I have to
First person to comment.
Oops, sorry. Break the shield.
First person to comment what? Oh, you're getting the oh, jeez. All right.
The actor that plays Luke Skywalker.
The first person to comment, the actor who plays Luke Skywalker. I don't know who doesn't know this answer.
Yeah, but it's Dio's favorite actor.
It's my favorite actor of all time. I think he is the Shakespeare, if you will, of all time.
So bad.
He's terrible, man. He's a fucking
You hate
terrible.
him so bad.
Oh man, I loved him when I was a kid.
Yeah,
He was amazing when I was a kid. But this, if you send this is a one of a kind. I don't think it's signed, but he will sign it.
I will sign the bag.
It says Indo Joe on it, but that's not really. I don't know.
No, I'll sign the bag.
He'll sign the back.
Yeah.
So one of a kind, Indo Joe Samurai Luke Skywalker art piece. I have to take pictures of all this stuff because I don't want to. Because I'm not going to have any of this shit.
I think it's on Instagram.
Yeah, but I want to take like
a good picture. Yeah.
You guys probably already maybe chatted. I'm away from the computer.
So our producer went to go pee.
Our producer went. But the first person to comment who played this guy. I feel like
it's an easy one.
I feel like this is the first question on like a comedy game show. Like who played Luke Skywalker? So, but if you know, you get this original piece. Joe will sign it if you want. If you don't, then he won't. But I'm sure you do.
Already.
It's signed already, so you know who it is. Yeah, what do you guys think about woke culture, man? This shit's crazy. We still have 2 more giveaways, but I'm sure people are answering. I gotta come sit down.
You gotta sit down. I don't know, man. It's crazy right now, dude. It's just like you can't say anything without like watching your tongue.
Yeah.
Like back in the day, you used to be able to just drop some comedy and be like, you know what I mean? Like, and people will laugh about it. You know what I mean? Now you gotta watch your mouth about everything. That is a dope piece, man.
Yeah, it's
I like this piece. It reminds me. I drew it as a samurai. The old samurai pieces that they used to paint.
Have you heard that? But that is his real ringtone? Imagine being in the grocery store. You got your mask and your gloves on and you're 85.
In the post office today.
You're 85 and you're walking up the aisle and you're like, the arrows go this way and you're walking up and some guy's buying fucking mac and cheese and his phone goes off. Coronavirus? Like, I gotta load it up here.
It's so good.
But I wish we could film. Dude, we should actually do that. We should walk around and film it, and we'll call your phone. You know what I'm saying? And get, oh my God. Stay tuned soon for the fucking hilarious fucking behind the scenes of that.
Wow, I'm so drunk.
I also want to talk about who doesn't get canceled. Like I said it kind of earlier in the podcast, like if you lean a certain way.
So you better get up so the girl can get by.
All I gotta say is, excuse me, time out. I had an Austin Powers type of experience.
Oh shit.
Ooh, my bad. Other than washing my hands, I was up there that whole time.
I feel like, oh shit, Christopher Gray won again, man. You're saving on shipping.
I'm saving on shipping?
Saving on shipping, because he got the last one, right? I wasn't
got the Skywalker?
Yeah, he got the Skywalker.
Damn, kid.
So, boom,
that's the info, so.
You already got it?
Yeah.
Alright, so
congratulations.
Damn, huh?
Yeah, Cody, that would be a great prank for season 3. You're right. That we should.
Quarantine Cody, what's up?
We were saying that we should film. We should do a hidden camera and follow Joe around and call him. So when his cell phone goes off,
coronavirus.
That's his ringtone. I have it right here. This is his real ringtone. This is not a fucking gag. This is his real ringtone.
Coronavirus. I love you, Corky.
I was in the post office today and it went off. And the guy that's standing next to me signed this thing. He went up and looked at me. I just looked at him and went.
It's a talking point.
Right back to sign it. I was like, it's funny, but sometimes it's like, oh, geez.
Embarrassing.
I'm pretty sure I shouldn't have done that.
Coronavirus. She's the best. Go Cardi B.
Gross, but I'm about to drink it.
The cinnamon shit? Oh, we're gonna do it. Hold on, let me get a shot. I already have one. We're all gonna do a shot.
This ain't whiskey. This is fucking.
Yeah, my bladder's brand new.
Shout out to Adam in the chat.
New.
Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel.
And
this is
hit
our
the
show.
notifications at the bell.
I think we're gonna tell you guys here. This isn't official news. This isn't really official, but I think we're going to do Thursdays at 7 because if you look back over the last 3 months since we started,
I'd say 9 out of the 11.
I'd say at least 10.
I'd say 9 out of the 11 we've done on. God,
there was one we did Friday.
Yeah, last week.
Me and Tanya did a random one. I just don't remember when it was. The first one, we were just like, we gotta do it. We were arguing about coronavirus, and we were just like, let's just do this. And we went on and we just tested it and we had a blast.
How do you drink that? That's gross.
We had talked about doing it for a while.
Fireball.
Oh. A little bit of cinnamon. It's like
I hate
nothing.
cinnamon.
Yeah, I don't like cinnamon either, but I don't
I think
same with Cynthia, my bad.
I think we're gonna do Thursdays at 7 every week, and then we might pop on here and there. But I feel like we should dedicate those 2 hours. Like we're going over tonight. I don't even care because I'm gonna split this up into 2 episodes. Because like I said, I have to fix the beginning on the YouTube live, Facebook, you're straight.
Oh, that's gross, dude.
Oh. But we were talking about who was safe. Like there are people who are safe.
Who's safe?
I feel like if you lean a certain way.
I was gonna say Chinaman, but they ate bats and fucked the world up. So, you know,
They did.
They ain't safe anymore.
At least those who eat bats.
We're gonna come get them. Yeah.
They took our jobs. They took my jobs. They did, you fuckers. That asshole that ate a bat in Wuhan and fucked this whole world up took my jab.
He did take your job. Speak on it, Joe. Joe's gonna vent.
Motherfucker took my jab.
This happened to Indo Joe. You don't even know, man.
Last Wednesday, I got laid off. So if anybody's hiring, I'm a good laborer.
We're doing shots.
He's a good laborer. That
I
sounds
do
like another
anything and
word.
everything above.
Wait, where's my shot?
You want a shot? Here, you take mine and I'll give
Those
it.
bastards took my jab.
Yeah, like we're
I made it through the whole corona.
Yeah,
I made it through the whole corona.
Coronavirus.
And then everybody starts going back to work, and my work's like, oh yeah, we're gonna lay off. After 16 years, you're gonna have to lay me off. I wanted to
Isn't that
punch,
terrible?
dude. I wanted to punch people so bad, dude.
But you went the professional route.
I went because I didn't want to lose my unemployment.
Yeah, you
Let's
don't
be
fuck
real.
with your money.
Let's be real.
You
If
gotta
I
be
had
smart.
$1 million in the bank, I would have been laying people
I
out.
had $1
I would have been laying people out.
Oh, you just found out the secret. Weekend Warriors ain't rich.
Fuck, dude. If I was a trust fund baby, I would have fucked people up in that. I'd be like, I'll do 5 years in jail for this right now. Let's do this. I'm gonna fuck everybody up in this.
I got commissary.
You do another dab?
Do it up, dude. God fucking damn it, dude.
Maybe there's some in there. I don't know. I can't tell.
16 years, dude. I put half my life into that. You know what I mean, dude?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I put I started there at 22. That's most of my 20s. I'm 37 now. That's
Yeah,
most of my
that's-
30s,
yeah.
bro.
That's
You know what I mean?
wild.
You're adult
And
life.
it's not like I was a company man, dude. You know what I mean? Like I fucking did everything for that company.
Yes, sir.
I rearranged the whole way my
Yes, sir.
department was run, and to function better. I did that shit, dude. And then they lay me off, dude. It's fucking insulting, dude.
Yeah, that's just crazy.
You know what I mean? It's insulting, dude.
Let us
Even
know.
if I go back, it's not going to be the same, dude, because I have no respect for them anymore, dude.
I think
you know what I mean?
the one thing that I have learned, no matter what kind of company I work for, whether it's a mom and pop, whatever, at the end of the day, most of the time you're just an employee.
That's
Like it
what
could
sucks,
be
dude.
years.
The whole time I thought I was like part of the family because I helped grow that company. We were a decent company at the time, and then we got big to the point where we took on tons of contracts. To the point where we were a huge company at one point, dude. And it was not because of just me, but I was a big part of that wheel, dude. You know what I mean? I was a big lug in that wheel. I wasn't just a little fucking nub. I was a big fucking lug in that wheel.
What if they asked you back, but then
I'll go back,
they
but I
gave you
won't.
more money and they were like, "Listen,
Even
we're sorry, but like,
it
really?
won't be the same.
so you're gonna hold a grudge."
It's not that, dude. I'm hurt.
Yeah.
I'm hurt, dude. Because I would have never done that to them,
Yeah.
and they did it
But
to me, dude.
like I
That's
said,
terrible.
You know what I mean? They picked people that have been there less years than me to leave. They hired somebody new in a different department, and then laid me off. Like you couldn't teach me to do something else.
yeah.
You know what I mean? You couldn't give me the offer of less money to do
Yeah, true.
something else. You had to lay me off and hire somebody else, dude. That's insulting, dude. That means I'm a fucking number and not a person.
Yeah.
So that's how I'm gonna take it if I ever go back. I'm gonna take it just like that, dude. I'm gonna work instead of working, I was working 11 to 12 hours a day, dude. No joke, dude. 11 to 12 hours. I was opening that place and closing that place by myself, dude. Oh, no joke, dude. Running that place, dude.
That's true.
And then from now on, if I go back, it's
Catching up
gonna
on
be
this
8
chat.
to 5 with an hour break in between. 8 hours a day. I don't give a fuck. I'll hustle on the side if I have to. I'll slang the dang, as John Reed will say.
He's gonna slang
I'll
the
slang it.
dang.
I'll slang it my dang.
God. That's what he said he's doing.
God.
All right, babe. Let's. I want to
Mind
get.
manners.
I want to get. Yeah. You're Puerto Rican.
I am.
That sounds racist.
And the woman. What is your opinion on this whole woke / cancel culture? Like, not being too.
Also, you're saying it's a woman minority?
No, I want to know because 2 white guys over here smoking weed, drinking booze, and what do you
I
think?
don't know. It's funny because like that's just not my world. You know,
Yeah.
like it's just not my world. And then the
Like you didn't know mad people today when
No.
we were looking at little pictures. Like you were like,
Yeah,
we didn't
that's-
even get this one. You must have not put them in there because I'm taking the one off the table. We didn't get the J.K. the Harry Potter lady.
oh, I think I put her in here somewhere.
No, it's cool. I'm just saying, like, look, I sent you pictures of her. I sent you pictures of a couple other people that we didn't get to, but like, you just don't. What was that one girl that the rapper that said something?
Oh, right here. We did. There's
Oh,
the
okay.
J.K. Rowling's, Doja Cat in the pink.
Yeah, see, I don't know who that is. I saw that she was trending for being canceled, but I never heard of her before.
So Doja Cat is this girl that she got popular on TikTok. She had a lot of hits on TikTok. The one that really everyone knows is called Moo. She's like in this like cow print outfit, and there's in the back of the green screen there's a girl with really big breasts, and a very tiny
she
bikini top.
sounds kind of hot.
And she's like going like moo, and she's drinking a milkshake, you know. That's the girl in pink here. So apparently she was caught in a chat room, and they call it. It's called incels, which are known as involuntary celibates. And apparently they were saying racist jokes back and forth, and she was saying how she wishes she wasn't black because she's actually half South African. And then she has a song called Didn't Do Nothing, which apparently is what trolls of people who are caught in like police brutality, like as if they didn't do anything. So she has a song called Didn't Do Nothing. So apparently that's like another hit on like being racist. So she was being attacked for that. And then this girl here, Lana Del Rey. I don't understand.
I don't know who she was either. She sounds like a place in California.
So
Like Marina Del Rey.
she
That's what her name is?
sings summertime sadness.
Oh,
So she was comparing herself apparently to
don't sample that. She's
Oh.
She's a signed singer.
my bad.
She gave us consent.
No, she didn't. I just saying that because most people might not
You
know
can't
who
sample
she
that.
was.
You can't sample my girl.
Anyway, she apparently was
You ever
talking
get cut side,
about
get sent to have sex now?
how
Yeah, pretty much.
Beyonce.
Beyonce.
Bionici.
It's Bionici and jazz. I told you.
Not the jazz part, but Beyonce,
And their
Cardi
son,
B,
Jazz. Jazz
Ariana
Jr.
Grande, Nicki Minaj. They basically can talk about sexualizing their bodies and
Dude,
like,
Nicki Minaj can flash her
glamorizing
boobs in
abuse,
my face
but she
all
can't
she
talk
wants.
about it. And I'm like, why
And
is
I
she
will go,
comparing herself?
Skip it a bit.
Because the stuff she thinks about is like happy-go-lucky. Anyway, you can speak
That's
on
her?
J.K. Rowling's because you said I hadn't put her
Which
on,
one's
so
her?
I do apologize. Production error.
J.K. Rowling's.
Let me see
I guess she had some sort of.
Redhead, I'd bang. Middle one, I'd bang. Blue head, purple head, pink head, I'd bang. And black head, I'd bang.
Well, you heard it here first, folks. Joe and Bang, all of
All of
these
that. Ding, 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 ding.
in that order.
Dude, I would definitely bang. I would definitely have a foursome with all five of us.
Some of them may be happy about that, and
no,
some of them
no,
may
no.
not.
I'm pretty sure
They'd
with
all be happy.
our numbers, they would be cool with that. They'd be like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna be on the Mind Your Manners podcast."
Yeah. This kid is
Oh.
from Weekend Warriors. The
Okay.
kid that had panties on his face wants to fuck me. My panties are wet right now, dude.
I'm sure.
Like,
that's exactly
I
what
want to
she's
stick
thinking.
my wet panties on his face.
So
Season 3 of the Weekend Warriors.
So the J.K. Rowling lady. I'm
Who's
not
that?
sure.
Harry Potter.
I'm not sure.
Author of
What did she
the
do?
books.
I'm not sure what the word she used exactly, but I'm sure it was something that isn't accepted
sure.
by the.
What'd you do?
I'm
What'd you
sure
do?
it's something that isn't accepted by society, so they try to cancel her. She said something about. I don't know if she said something about transgender. I'm not even gonna say what she said because I really
Oh,
don't
look
know.
at it.
You
But
can
Harry
keep
Potter
going.
was cool because he was like an orphan, and like, you know what I mean? he wasn't accepted by anybody, and then all of a sudden he
I never seen it. Spoiler.
Oh, sorry, man. He was accepted by people, and like people hated him, but people liked him. That was man. That sucks.
The middle girl.
I'm pretty sure there was a couple queers in there.
The middle girl is Ozzy Osbourne's daughter, Kelly, I think. Kelly Osbourne.
Maybe I wouldn't do that.
J.K. Rowling's supposedly tweeted support for transphobic researcher.
Oh my God! So some guy said, "Oh my God!" So I can't. Oh my jeez.
Wait, I'm confused.
I'm
confused. Does that mean I'm not woke? What's going on?
Did she retweet a anti-transgender tweet or something that this guy said in his life, and she retweeted it, and then they went back and like, well, 14 years ago.
Oh, wait, is the middle one Osborne?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have sex with her.
14 years ago, this lady said something that liked something that this guy said, but he don't like this and. Oh my God, dude! Shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
and the middle one was she's the super woke one on The View. I think she's on, and she had Rosie Perez on, and she had that. What did she say about it?
Yo, that was a racist.
This is what J.K. Rowling said.
Oh, sorry.
If sex isn't real, there's no same-sex attraction. If sex isn't real, the lived reality of women globally is erased. I know and love trans people, but erasing the concept of sex removes the ability of many to meaningfully discuss their lives. It isn't hate to speak the truth.
Yeah, I don't know. Hey, what she said?
I'm so confused at what she said.
She basically said
to the point where I'm like, I'm just going.
Mind your manners.
Mind your manners, man. This is terrible. Cheers, man.
Yeah, because hopefully there's not a smell that comes
so
along with that.
OMG.
Hey, that's the beauty of it being alive.
This girl. Oh, sorry, man.
So the middle one, yeah, she was talking all this shit like, she's like, well, hey Trump, who's gonna wash your dishes? Who's gonna cut your lawn? Assuming that Mexicans are gonna cut their fucking lawn, like
Spanish people in general.
Hey, white people like to cut lawns too, like, okay?
Your toilet.
What's that? Hey,
which was worse than the landscape.
I know plenty of white people who are landscapers, and they're pretty good.
Oh my God.
My aunt has a white.
Yeah, but she's Puerto Rican, so that's automatically
like
racist.
Straight up American white.
I mean, non-racist. I'm confused. What is going on here? Am I racist for being confused?
Oh, we got some chats, babe. We got some chats coming in.
See.
I gotta get into the chats. I'm just trying to get all set up.
Hold on. Hold up. Wait a minute.
Put in the chat, so
about
we've
to
heard
get
my-
the chat in it.
Who in the chat here is Indo Joe fucking farting in here? Let us know if you win something.
All I'm glad is
You win a fucking
I'm glad to
something.
report
Hey.
there is not a smell report.
If Jim Norton can do it, I can do it.
No one should be doing it. Especially I'm not here.
At least mine don't smell up the room. Jesus. Hey, farts are funny, man.
They are.
They are.
Thank
We
you.
all
My
laugh.
co-host
We got some-
they're funny.
We all laugh.
We got some chats coming in.
I hope
All
that
right,
wasn't near your ass.
we're gonna start here. When we were talking about Joe walking around the
Quarantine
coronavirus.
Cody says that would be a great prank for season 3. LMAO. Christopher Gray says ha ha ha. Adam Grenier, ha ha ha. That shit's funny. Kush Smoke 909. What's good? What the flavor today? I'm smoking some Wi-Fi cookies or Wi-Fi, depending on how you say it.
We're smoking. What is that joint? What did I say it was? Purple Punch, right? That joint?
Punch.
Yeah. This is our next giveaway. We'll give this away in a few minutes.
Adam Grenier says, yes, sir. Quarantine Cody, grabbing 1M. Jaeger. I dig the Thursday at 7.
Thursday at 7 is going to be
Grenier
it.
says, shots with your man. Quarantine Cody says, cheers. Another DJ Twin Foop says, I've been laid off too from a good paying job. It does hurt.
It does hurt, man.
It fucking sucks. But hopefully you can at least collect that extra 6 at the unemployment.
Yeah, but see, that's not
that's
my
just
point.
holding you on.
My point is, I love working, and I love putting my effort into a company where they're gonna appreciate my effort. That's my whole point. Like, I don't like just working a 9 to 5. I like working at a company that wants to grow. You know what I mean?
I feel you. I miss work. I have no problem working.
I hate it, dude.
Like being in the house when you want to versus that you have to.
It's been a week. It's been a little over a week for me, and I'm fucking going crazy, dude. I've cleaned the house 3 times. I don't know what else to clean anymore. I'm going crazy, dude.
It's been that long?
It's only Wednesday was a week. Wednesday was a week, and then you know what I did on Thursday?
my God, man.
You always need more dick and fart jokes, right?
Mind your manners. Mind your manners. Yeah, move over.
It's too easy. It's too easy. It's too easy. Hey, hashtag cancel Ozzy Osbourne. I mean, Kelly Osbourne.
Oh my
Show
God.
the next titties. Let's show the next boobs.
That's terrible. All right.
We're
What's
gonna
next?
spend into your body parts.
Oh,
That's
we're
for
on my
sure.
list. I forgot.
For scare skid marks.
Hey, what's going on?
The dirt path. It's real.
Hey,
Oreo
I can take
cookies.
another.
I got you. Hold on.
What do you have, Mr. DL? Our next.
All right, so I understand. Okay, we covered the statues and that they're bad. I get it. I'm 100%
But I
on
don't get
board.
why they're trying to take down Lincoln statue.
Yeah, hold on. There's whole they're trying to take down. They're vandalizing like country singers that like in Nashville. People think they're like military leaders. They're like, no, it's a statue like fucking Elvis Presley, bro.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Well, take down the statue of Elvis Presley because he cheated on his wife and he was a woman. Ew, what the hell was that?
that was Danny DeVito. Hold on. This is my point right here. They want all these statues taken down because these super woke people that are so much smarter than us want all these statues torn down, and I'm on their side with those ones. But this is the problem with that. Those same people in 10 years are gonna say they don't put no statues up because they don't want people to know what really happened.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're woke.
I think
you're woke.
nothing
I'm
should be
so
hidden.
unwoke that I'm
That's
telling the truth.
It's so woke that I woke up this morning.
I'm so woke
That's
on that
story.
subject that I'm sleeping because that topic.
Yeah.
Because straight up,
I'm so woke that I'm wearing a red hat.
my hat's red, man. You know, I'm fucking
Speaking
great.
of red, one of our sponsors,
I got a red hat on my dick.
Breathe Them Gorillas. Check them out. We also have
Fuck.
Weed Life.
We
DJ
live from
Slim.
DJ Slim.
And also, Roof Family Moving 978-398-2784.
You need
Today's
something
sponsors.
Oh, Roof.
Thank you.
We don't know your political leanings. Everyone's different. I personally don't have one anymore.
Mine is so blurred. Like growing up, it was so one way.
Yeah, me
And
too.
you saw it as one way. And then once you started getting like knowledge on the subject, you were like, holy fuck, man, I'm not that way at all. I'm more like this. And then all of a sudden it was like you got more knowledge on things and it was just like, damn, man, what the fuck is going on with this world right now?
You know,
like Rodney King said it best, man. Can we all just get along?
You know what changed my mind, or not changed my mind politically, but made me look at the news different? Is I did footage for CNN for this.
Oh,
for
I
this
do remember
thing.
that.
Right?
And
I'm not gonna say who it was.
No, not the 9/11.
Yeah,
Yeah, I won't say
But
that.
I did footage for this thing, and they like edited the footage around to make and whatever. I had always
fit
people,
their own view.
I had always heard, that the news is this, and I was like, yeah, that's because you don't like what's going on. That's what I always thought. And
I do it well.
And once I sent that footage to them and then watched what they aired, I was like, wow, maybe some of these people are fucking telling the truth about the news, and I really started paying attention to that shit.
dude. It's
And I was like,
really
man, this shit is crazy. And it's biased on both sides. Like,
Yeah.
like the Fox.
There is both sides.
Here, I'm gonna break it down. I'm gonna break down the news for you simply, and I'll use Trump. If Trump cured cancer, Fox News would be like, Donald Trump is a god among men. He cured cancer when no one else could. No one else could be Trump. He is the greatest. And CNN would be like, Donald Trump wants poor blacks to live in poverty longer and cures cancer. Those would be the fucking headlines.
Yeah.
Both options.
They would find something negative
They
to say
couldn't-
about Trump, no matter what
They
he does.
couldn't find a
And
happy
these
medium.
guys
And-
would find something great about Trump, no matter what he does. Because he could be like, "Oh, I just killed 1,000 black guys," and they'd be like, Fox would be like, "Well, he just saved 10,000 black guys."
Yeah, exactly.
And CNN would be like, "Well, he killed 1,000 black guys." It's like they
Trying to
they're
build
just-
up a race war.
When I was growing up,
that's
news
not really true.
was the fucking news. News is where you got your information from. And then all of a sudden, once the internet hit, it was opinion. News is opinion, and it's whether like she was saying, you got to see that shit live. Dude. You got to see that shit Facebook live, Instagram live. When you see that shit live, that's what you believe because you saw it live. Dude.
Mr.
You know
Dio,
what I
what are
mean?
you gonna say?
I'll bring it up, and I don't want to bring it up, but when the fucking Bush and goddamn fucking Al Gore shit was happening, I was at your house and they declared Al Gore to win Florida. I was at your house and they said Al Gore won Florida. And then 2 hours later.
I said, Risky Biz says he's out, y'all. Good night, fam. He says Elvis married a 14-year-old from Germany.
Hell yeah, he did. He's a fucking creep. He's
Sean McCarthy says, can we all agree that incels are the most pathetic living things? And then Autumn Gardner says they only care about what you can make from money from the company. Everybody's replaceable. It's what my boss has said. Big fuck you out to that shit, man. Christopher Gary says most people just say it and have no idea what it means. The woke Indo Joe is going to be hustling for
That's what I'm saying, man.
That's just crazy. We're doing shots.
And another DJ Twin Film says messages with the mind and your confidence, but we just gotta keep on grinding. I think he said it means messing, not mess. Yeah, messes.
I just think this shit's wild. I just want to say this before we go. I just think shit's wild because if you would like if you only paid attention to like CNN or this and that, you would think Donald Trump had a 0% approval rating.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what it is, but if you watch those networks, you would think that
you suck.
They'll never say nothing good about him. Maybe they should, but I just think it's fucked up because if you think about it, I'm surprised anyone is a Republican because the left controls everything. It controls media, it controls Hollywood.
Everything.
You know, it controls everything, and I'm just so surprised that so many people vote Republican.
The newspaper, the media, everything.
So many people vote Republican, and it's like, damn, right now, if you're a Republican, you get internet bullied by all your friends.
But you also have to remember that like you live on a big city. So I lived in the Midwest. I lived like in St. Louis, and what you see as being someone from New York or Boston or LA or Chicago is totally different.
My mom grew up in Nebraska. That's
in St. Louis on the Bible Belt. Like that's just a fact. So you can't understand what they're thinking because you don't know that life. You didn't grow up that way.
No, I'm not. I understand why people vote how they vote, but I'm just saying publicly they can't be positive. They can't say I'm a Republican. You fucking Nazi.
They can where they
delete his page.
And the people that they hang around with.
Report his Twitter. Cancel his Facebook.
Somebody made
he votes Republican.
Someone made the perfect point about America.
Someone has the opposite.
America should not be one country.
Is someone going to complain about the
like straight up? We should be 3 countries. America. Look at from Ireland to fucking Germany. Okay, the people in Ireland are completely different from Germany, dude. Okay, you take the same distance, Massachusetts to California. Those people aren't the same. You know what I mean? They're completely fucking different. You know what I mean?
But
and you can tell those people are different.
Yeah, but hold on.
I shake my balls loose.
Hold on, those people go back 100,000 years. Americans only go back 200 years.
You're right.
We're all pretty much the same. We just have different accents and more teeth in certain places.
Yeah, you're right.
In certain places? Where you got
Dude, I'm gonna go to Alaska and disappear.
West Virginia.
Ain't never gonna see me.
No, motherfucker, you got on average you got more teeth than the person in West Virginia.
I thought I just envisioned some other place.
Shout out to West Virginia.
But that song's the jam, dude.
West
Virginia, my mama, blow my cat.
That is not part of
We got a
That's the
message.
lyrics.
We got a message from Kelly on Facebook. She was the winner.
Take me home.
Well, that's what's
I
up.
just saw it. Just popped in right here.
What's up, Kelly?
We will send it out tomorrow.
Let's see.
Comment what you won because I'm drunk.
We'll figure it out.
Quarantine Cody
I don't
says,
know.
when I was 18,
myself
I
right
voted
now.
for
Are we still live?
Never dug the two-party system locked into their views.
there needs
If
a-
my opinion changes on a topic as I grow, so should my party.
Yeah, or there should just be a new party, or like unlimited parties, like how they have unlimited genders. There should be unlimited parties. Be like, yo, I'm the fucking this party.
Write it in. Fill in the blank.
100% right
George
because,
Clooney.
like I said, I grew up Democratic. And then when I got older, I'm like, man, maybe I'm more of a Republican. And then I'm like, well, maybe I'm more of a Democratic. And then I'm like, well, maybe I do agree with the Republican. And now, as a 37-year-old adult, I don't identify as a Democratic.
Your age offends me.
Or a Republican. I identify myself as an American. And I don't want
America.
I don't want a Democratic to win. I don't want a Republican to win. I want a fucking American to win that wants to elevate my country and bring my country back to where it's supposed to be. where where everybody wants to be an American and go, hey, I want Americans' help.
So we go,
and
hater.
I want to be just good. I want to be good again. I want to be proud to be an American. Proud to be an American.
At least I know I'm free.
Was that racist?
That was terrible. Mind your manners. That was terrible. I don't know what that was. That was bad. All right.
That was American Pride. Ain't nothing
we should go
wrong
there.
with it.
Well, we're gonna
American Pride.
The feed's going up. No, it's fine.
When I start,
Stop. Exactly. And that brings us all together as one.
One person, me being like a hip hop music video director, a super sick rap guy, people who are safe from coronavirus, from Me Too, seem to be and cancel culture seem to be rappers. Isn't that interesting?
yeah, we didn't talk about that. Yeah.
Because I'm just looking at.
I kind of wanted to save that for the rap, the evolution of hip hop.
I don't really want to talk about rape on the evolution of hip hop, but
No, but I want to talk about how they're immune to things.
earlier before the
I think one person.
they're immune to it.
He's more like a.
Dude, what were you talking earlier? The first two albums of Ghetto Boys were talking about raping women. But it's out there. It's not me. A 2 Live Cruise album talking about popping that pussy. You know what I mean? I love popping that pussy, but I ain't gonna drop no songs about it.
So,
Are you asking? The one before this, he complained that he
I was complaining like a motherfucker.
So I just find that interesting that they've allowed, R. Kelly's a different example because it was
hip hop, he's R&B.
If those girls were 20, you would have never saw Surviving R. Kelly documentary.
You're absolutely
You know what I'm saying? So,
dude, I don't know.
Let's talk about the music. I'm talking about the person.
I don't know. I'm a little triggered.
So, okay. So rappers kind of survived that, and this is my problem with it. I don't think anyone should be getting canceled for art, but if you're going to cancel one person, you got to cancel the other person. If a comedian makes a joke about something, he's canceled. That's it. You can't say that. But a rapper could say whatever he wants. Oh, I gave the bitch drugs, then she sucked on my dick, or I gave her drugs and fucked her. Like there's so many rappers.
Dude,
like, we had a pre-show meeting, and I agreed not to say the rap group that continuously does.
And then I did it.
No, that wasn't the one.
Okay, never mind.
But there was, that was one of them. But the
Damn,
main one,
I wasn't listening.
the main one, and it's acceptable if you say it. I don't know. It's weird. If you say it over a beat, it's cool. But if you say it on a comedy show
It's gotta be a dope beat.
Yeah, if you
gotta be a dope beat.
It's okay.
That's just like anything. That's just
or
you would do and what you like. Certain people, you live in the Bible, but they ain't liking that kind of rap.
Okay.
Yeah. Or we're gonna get it in the next 2 to 3 years.
Obviously,
the next 2 to 3 years, every rapper is gonna get Me Too. You know what I mean? It's either that or it's just not there yet. It's gonna come soon.
We obviously
you know what I mean? Or all of a sudden, where Juicy J is gonna get like allocations of. I've had sex with this guy, and he's gonna be like, "Yeah, of course we had sex."
Grab that Biggie in there?
Huh? The Biggie?
Biggie.
All right, we're giving away Biggie?
No.
Oh, I was gonna say, man, I'd pay like $100 for that thing.
All right, so
Jesus Christ.
all right, Biggie. No one ever wants to cancel Biggie. Obviously, he's one of the goats. You know what I'm saying? No one ever wants to cancel him.
Cancel him.
But do you think you could say the rhyme? My homie kidnapped kids, fucked them in the ass, throw them over the bridge today in 2020 and not be canceled.
Or talk about the skit, the bitch wanted to shit on me. So what'd you do? Well, I shit on a bitch.
No, that's cool because she was with it. But
well, I mean, it's gross.
It's gross. But the rhyme about that, do you think that rhyme?
Hey, Biggie.
Do you think if Tekashi 6ix9ine said that rhyme today, people would be okay with it?
I don't know, depending on their mood and how he said it.
Well,
what the video looked like.
Well, I don't personally like 6ix9ine.
Just
Honestly, I liked him before he went to jail. I didn't like his music per se, but I liked what he represented. He was an independent character who pushed himself out there and made himself number one. But I didn't like that whole snitching shit, and I lost respect. And I don't want to support him. I don't like talking about him, even though this is the second time I brought him up.
Yeah.
But
so Facebook went down. Salute to everybody that watched us on Facebook. You're gone. You're not in the world.
Sorry.
We got some more chats coming in. if you're watching on YouTube, we have one more giveaway before we head out of here. We got some shots over here.
We love you.
So Quarantine Carly said, "Oh, I'm sorry. The Down Rock Record says y'all are fucking crazy. LOL. I need to come here more often. Absolutely.
Every Thursday.
Come on.
Thursday at 7, man. We love you.
Thursdays at 7, man.
Friend to the show. Friend to the show.
Come here. We got free giveaways. Stay for a little while. You might win something. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Thursdays at 10. Thursdays at 7. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's really it. I just checked the Facebook and nobody's on that. So
it went down. I just said it went down. We had 500 people watching on Facebook. I thought that was cool.
And that was
That's
good.
awesome,
and
man.
we had a great.
That's Facebook. They're not even supposed to be watching on Facebook.
Records.
True story.
But yeah, mind your manners. Let's speak the truth.
Christopher Gray in the chat said 6ix9ine told on his friends. We don't support 69's here. I want to do a whole episode on 69, but let me just tell you my quick opinion on him. I don't condone telling on anybody. If you're in that life, you can't tell on no one. I don't care what they did to you. But if you're a guy who works at Burger King and someone kidnaps you and you tell on the cops, I don't fucking really care.
Different story.
Because you're not in the fucking life.
Absolutely right.
You made your decision in life. You're like, I'm gonna work a job. I'm not gonna be a gangster. But if you're a gangster and you tell people, you're a fucking weirdo.
If I sell you a bag and you get caught with that bag, and then you rat on me, you're a fucking piece of shit.
But here's my
straight up. Here's my shit.
Here's my thing on him. Here's my thing on him. You hate him because he's new and he didn't rap in 1992.
No, I don't hate him. I like him.
I'm saying I'm talking.
Oh, okay.
You hate him because he's new. He didn't rap in 1992 because you're like, no, all he does is scream about guns. I'm like, yeah, but you like Onyx and MOP. They scream about guns too. But you don't like because they didn't rap in 1992. And you already made up your mind on him when you saw him and he had colorful hair and with his teeth and his funny jewelry. You already made up your mind before you heard him spit a bar. And I didn't really like his music, but I respected the fact. This guy had 10 songs, and all 10 songs were his songs. He didn't put out 10 singles. He had 10 songs. That's all he had was 10 songs.
Yeah.
And you've heard all of them.
That's what I'm saying. I respect him at first, man.
And he did it with no record label. He did it like this because this is exactly how I heard of this dude. I clicked on his picture because I said, this guy got fucking rainbow hair and grills all about tattoos on his face. What the fuck's going on with this guy?
What the fuck is wrong with this guy?
Christopher Gray says, I know you don't. Thanks for such a great podcast, taking the last Jaeger shot for the night.
Yeah!
100% correct. Before he was a rat, I thought he was cool because he was an individual and he was creating his own thing.
Holy
the
fuck,
Down
that
Rock
burns
record
so
says,
bad right
I don't
now.
like him because he doesn't rap.
I get him. He raps. I mean, it's just not. We want everyone to be Nas. We want everyone to be like, oh, well, he ain't Nas, so like, I don't want to listen to him. He ain't like a poet. Like some raps to dance to. Some raps to dance to. Some raps to fuck to. Some raps to fucking tear the club up to.
Yeah.
Everything don't have to be this lyrical poetry shit. Like Migos is hot. Like not for me.
I was
but they're fucking.
Just about to say that. I like Migos. I don't particularly like their style, but I'm like. If I heard these jams in the club, I'd be dancing to these motherfuckers. Oh, we're taking an outside shot? Alright. Shout out to everybody out there.
Oh my god.
Man, that's gross. How do you drink that?
Whoever counts how many shots I did wins the next prize. Oh my god.
That was terrible, dude.
3 more shots and I'm gonna be nice.
I have a self chaser,
but I'm saying, like, Migos, I don't like.
I
wouldn't particularly go out and buy their album, but if I'm in the club and one of their
that's what it's for.
I'm like, yo, this shit is dope right now, dude. I'm about to grind up on this bitch and smell like pussy.
Nice finish. That's what the music's for. Like, that's exactly what that music is for. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. That shit's dope.
Everything don't have to be. Oh well, he don't rap like Big Pun.
That's the thing. I got Nas 10-year lyrical shit.
Say again, man.
I think every music that you listen to is for whatever mood you're in.
Yeah.
And so maybe that doesn't fulfill you, but that doesn't mean that person's not talented. Maybe that's not your cup of tea when it comes to.
See, I listen to Nas when I want to hear lyrics.
I
listen to Migos when I want to jam on the club.
The Down Rock record says it perfectly. Like, the beats are pretty good. Like, they are. Like, we're like,
beats are dope.
You can't like this song because it's not a boom bap beat. It's like, man, like
that is a boom bap beat.
Let hip hop evolve. You can still make a boom bap beat.
Yeah.
Like, let it go somewhere else, man. Like,
if hip hop didn't evolve, we'd be still listening to terrible 80s music.
Says 11 shots, and then the Down Rock.
Oh, that's what he said.
The beats are pretty good.
Damn, you have to rewatch that.
Yeah, I bet he's right though.
Reread
I bet he's right.
Trust you.
I thought that was good. I think that was it. I wanted to end on the rappers. Like I thought that was
That's
like
a whole other episode, rapping.
like not even just. I don't want to touch the Me Too type shit, but I was just saying that they're another a group of in the entertainment that isn't going to be affected by this. It seems because for some reason when you rap it. It's not the same as if you say it on a comedy stage or something.
But I think also when you rap it, people assume that you're that's your reality and that's what you're living.
Dr. Dre said it on the show.
Yeah, but that makes it worse. Because when you go see it, like if you're saying
a documentary.
If you're saying, hey, this is my life and fuck bitches and this and that, like that's worse than a guy saying, hey, I'm gonna say some outrageous shit to make people laugh.
See, Dr. Dre said it in the show.
Reality is more outrageous than comedy, or is it more like every joke has some part of truth in it?
If you're talking about being canceled for your morals, then yes, I think if someone says if say your opinion is, hey, this guy's rapping, he's talking about how he really is in real life. Okay,
it's like
this is how I am in real life. I fuck bitches, this and that, fuck hoes, fucking do drugs. You're saying that's who he is in real life, and you know when you go see someone be a comedian that he's doing an embellished, probably made up story.
It's like Joey Diaz or a rapper. They're both doing the same thing. They're taking something that they may have experienced in life, whether they saw it or they lived it, and they're using it as entertainment, whether reality or not. Whether you believe that's their reality or whether they're selling to you that's part. It's the same thing. It's like when someone tells a story and your boy's like, let's say he witnessed a robbery, but it was one guy, he was scared shitless and whatever. Yeah. And he was like, yo, I told that dude to put the gun down and all this stuff.
Well, let's put it this way. Like, I've heard a friend tell a story that was about me, and then 10 years later, he was telling the same story, and it was about him. You know what I mean? People exaggerate stories. You know what I mean? Straight up.
That's all I'm saying. Like,
oh, I know you're talking about.
Do you take rap as fact or do you take rap as entertainment? Just like
rap is entertainment.
Okay,
but rap is also rap is history because people do record history and talk about the streets and talk about what they live a life. But like Dr. Dre said in the show, like I was trying to explain earlier, the documentary of the show, he says rap is entertainment, dude. If I'm saying I'm shooting a gun, fucking a bitch. That I'm trying to make you entertained.
Yes, I love it.
But there is people like Ice Cube who record the streets and record what they see and record like Ice Cube in the 80s. Yeah, fuck yeah. Ice Cube in the 80s and the 90s. Like that is him recording the streets, dude. You know what I mean? That's him. That he is a historian.
Okay, I get it.
I take him as a historian.
Hold on though. I like it. Okay, I love it. That's awesome. I'm not for canceling anyone. I'm for freedom of speech all the way, even shit I don't like. Say it. But
yeah,
like, okay, you're saying that this guy is saying his life, and you're not going to cancel him, but you will cancel a guy for saying something about his life that was funny.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Like I don't understand that. That shit right there don't make sense.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
I think that there's just no rules.
Yeah, there should be.
It's just
like honestly, we need to go back to the point where, man, if you don't like it, turn it off.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. There's a knob on your TV. You remember when you used to be able to have to get up and turn the channel and turn the TV off? Turn it the fuck off. Walk away. If you don't like it, turn your head and walk the fuck away.
There's so much stuff.
I see shit all the time. I don't got no problem with gay guys, but if I see two guys kissing, I'm gonna turn away. I don't like that shit. But I'm not gonna diss on that shit because that's your lifestyle. I'm not dissing your lifestyle, but I don't personally want to watch it. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm gonna turn my head, dude.
Whatever you don't like.
I'm not gonna diss on you, but I'm not gonna watch it, dude.
The down record.
Oh, come on, don't boo me. Don't boo. Come on, guys. I like gay guys. Not that way,
but there's no money on it.
Go ahead, baby. What you say?
Nobody gives a fuck about what a rapper says because there's no money on it. There's no big media behind it. The down record says if you're a Netflix comedian, you better protect your neck. Branding is a big deal nowadays.
That's a good one.
Oh my god. What did he say? Say it again. One more time.
He said if you're a Netflix comedian, you better protect your neck. Branding is a big deal nowadays.
That was a good one. Holy shit.
Like it's just what you say, when you say it, how you say it,
exactly.
like the whim of what's going on. You know what? Honestly, all you can do is ask someone to be themselves, and if facts of life is someone is always going to be judging you, whether you're on your best behavior, whether you're your true self. It doesn't matter. It's going to happen. So if that happens and people are not happy with you and you're a scumbag, guess what? You're going to be discovered. And if not, people might be assuming shit. Like, there's so many scenarios. But honestly, just be you and don't be a douche. That's all I can say.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. All right, everyone in the chat. This is the Mind Your Manners podcast.
Mind your manners.
Please.
Mind your manners, man.
We're about to be out of here. Please go
fuck yourself.
Please go to my channel after you leave here. This album is available free on the channel. It's called Make 'Em Pay, and Mr. DL. The cost is free. I produced all the beats. This has been the Mind Your Manners podcast. I hope you guys had a good time.
Right now.
We're going to be here. We're going to be here every. I hope you guys like it, man.
Shit like.
At least it don't smell. That's all I gotta say. At least it don't smell.